Okay, fuck. Okay, I think I'm good now. Sorry for all the. What is this? The fuck? Okay. Sorry for all the waiting, all the intros. But finally, finally, we're here, and let me share it a little bit more. What's up, Sean? What's up, Jeremy? Sibme Senpai and Vagabundo. Let me do a couple more tweets, to share this, and we'll be good. We'll be good to go. We'll be absolutely good to go. Okay. How's everybody so far? Good? I hope everyone's good. What a weekend have we had, isn't it? Hasn't it? Has it? Whatever. Okay. But yeah, we are going to be talking mad spoilers. So actually, you know what? Let me put like a spoiler alert. Just in case you didn't see this. Okay. So like that's pretty fucking clearly. I'm good playing Attack on Titan 2. Like the game, the video game, because I did play that one, and honestly, I had a lot of fun with it. I did like that video game. It was pretty repetitive after a while, but you know. Oh, thank you, Vagabundo. Yes, by all means, please go and check the ending. Oh, you can actually see my one of my wallpapers for my computer. I'll give you 10 points if you can guess who this character is on my wallpaper. What's up, Doug? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? But yes, I'll give you 10 points if you can guess who this character is. Okay. So let's begin. No, it's not Levi. Like I'm not talking about the poster. I'm talking about my. You see this reflection that is happening right here? This is a character. Not this one, not Levi right here, but this character right here that I'm pointing at. That is kind of on this reflection on Levi. It's not Clannad. You're gonna be surprised if you even know it. Um, let me share it with you. Is Miku from the quintessential quintuplets. It's Miku. If you've never seen that anime, I don't blame you. It's good, but I didn't quite like I enjoyed it enough. But my favorite part was Miku. Definitely, definitely, definitely not anyone else. Okay, so we are going to be the point of today's stream is to talk about the um the ending for Attack on Titan. Now, I like I want you guys to just debate me. Is Attack on Titan actually over? Yes, it is over. The last episode happened uh this weekend. I'm having a hard time grasping how this ending was controversial. Trust me, you're not the only one. Like, um, like I've failed. I've definitely failed to understand why why some people have a lot of problems with this ending. So if you like, if any of you have anything to say, like if you didn't like the ending, I welcome you to like type it in the comments. And if I'm not saying that I'm going to do it, but if if you actually make good points and everything and you want to be part of this stream, I can I'll think about sending you a link to the stream so you can actually debate me. If you have like, I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll do it, but it's it's still on like maybe. So don't think that I'm actually going to like bring you into the stream. But I do want people to to debate me right here in the comments. If you didn't like the ending, tell me why, because as of right now I have not heard or read a good argument into why this is a bad ending. Like, honestly, I'm really like, I want someone to come and give me a good valid reason why this ending was bad. So if you want to like tell me, oh, I didn't like it because of this, or like my criticisms are this or whatever, by all means. By all means. In the meantime, I want to look up like Attack on Titan ending. I didn't like the ending of Harry Potter because Dobby died. I feel you. I feel you. That's funny. That's funny. And also, if you have like videos that you want to send me of people that are like trash talking Attack on Titan for me to like react to right now, that would be great. Attack on Titan review. Oh my god. Oh dude, I found a video. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. All right, let's open this thing. Email. No, you can just um no, you can like tag me on Twitter if you want. Thank you, Vagabundo. I think it because AOT has many people who never watch other anime before and wish for a planned out happy ending. You know, it's interesting, but a lot of the a lot of the people that I really like didn't that didn't like it. They didn't want a happy ending. They wanted a miserable ending. Okay. You already know the problems I had with the show, not the ending in general. Wanted more Historia after season 3. Okay, yeah, I mean that's valid. You wanted a character to be more prevalent, and you didn't get that because the story didn't focus on the character. Historia was necessarily never like a key player as a as like she was a key component of the story, but she was never a main character. You know what I mean? What was the point of Aaron's sacrifice if just came back full circle here, the Titans? uh, the point of Aaron's sacrifice, the point of Aaron's sacrifice was for his friends and the people he cared about to live happy, long lives. That was his point. He wanted to level the field. As you can see on the credit scene, it comes back full circle in a way per se. Like it's open ended that the Titans will come back, but society does destroy itself. Okay. Now, why does that happen? Because the whole point of Attack on Titan is to show that humanity will look for conflict. Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter how, humanity will find a way to create enemies out of nothing. And the whole point of Attack on Titan is to show you how, doesn't matter what side you're on, eventually there's going to be sides. We saw it in parodies. In parodies, you had people that created sides. They made a fucking civil war in the thing, and they were on the same side. With Marley, we saw it. We saw people that wanted to go against Marley, but it still wanted to go against parodies, and some others just wanted to go against Marley and root for parodies. So eventually, there's a side. Eventually, humanity's nature is to just fuck themselves up. So the whole point of Eren was for his friends and the people he cared about to live long and happy lives. And guess what? They did. They absolutely did. 100, 200, 300 years later, that society advanced and they forgot about the Titans and everything. Then they found a way to like get conflict back again. But that is just to drive point again the message of the series. But the whole point of Aaron's sacrifice was to level the field and bring peace so his friends and the people he cared about could live happy lives and long lives without having to like face conflict. So a lot of people are like, oh, well, Aaron's sacrifice didn't mean shit because eventually, like, humanity came back to destroy itself. Yeah, that's the fucking point of the series, to show that humanity will find a fucking excuse to kill each other, period. But the point of Aaron was not to bring, like, I want you to, like, really pay attention to what his goal is. Where his goal is to give his friends and the people he cares about freedom. He never says, "Oh, I want the world to be a happy place." No, he says, "I care about my friends and the people, like the people that I care about. I want them to be happy. Anything else can go and fuck itself, you know." So there you go. That's, in other words, life finds a way. Yes, pretty much, pretty much. I think some people didn't like that everything revolved around cycles. Maybe Mass Effect and other stories like that sour people tolerances of those kind of stories. I mean, I can see that, but at the end of the day, that is the story that is being told. It's giving the message like, yeah, dude, humanity will go and try to find a fucking side. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um Here's the thing with the ending, okay? And that this is something that I see a lot of people like talking about, is that they're like, oh no, like Aaron just wanted to destroy the world. No, the fuck he didn't. You know, he never did want to destroy the world. And there's a scene in Attack on Titan, on the anime, that a lot of people, when it came out, oh my fucking god, everyone and their stupid grandma were talking about how boring it was, how fucking like horrible of a filler episode it was. And it was the episode of the campfire. Attack on Titan campfire scene. This exact scene, actually. Let me share my screen. This. There's something like you're saying we're the bad guys for fighting back. Like this episode caused so much fucking controversy because they were like, this is a boring episode. This is just a filler episode. All they're doing is talking. But this is the fucking point. It's because of this episode that I get to see how many people actually watch the show and how many people just wanted to watch something else, you know? So here, John, don't necessarily know when, but John says right here,
やめよう。たわけでもない2000年前のいざこざば
John says Marco was right. Marco was right. What was he right about? Right before Marco got eaten by the Titans after being betrayed by Annie, Berthold, and Reiner, he says, guys, we haven't even talked about it yet. And what happens in this episode? You have enemies from Marley with enemies of Paradise talking. And in this episode, they realize they're not that different because this guy is like, you guys are fucking assholes for attacking us. But then he's like, you attacked first. And then he's like, well, your ancestors attacked first. And then he goes like, and you can see Hanji here, an argument over what happened 2000 years ago when you're not even there bores me. You see that? So even 2000 years ago, there was still conflict. And 2000 years after, they're still in fucking conflict because is the nature of humanity. And if you have any doubt about it, please, by all means, check what's happening in today's world and tell me when in the last 100 years have we been at peace with each other. So that's the point that Attack on Titan is trying to make. So if you want something different, and the show allured that it was going to give something different, which it didn't, I can see why you'd be like, well, I wanted the show to give me this. If you didn't like the show because it didn't give you what you wanted the show to be, as opposed to like, no, the show fooled me into thinking that it was going to be about this other thing and ended up a different thing. I mean, sorry, but that is just you not paying enough attention. But the show from the get-go, it makes the point, you know? It all has deeper meaning and it goes to show that humanity will never learn and it repeats itself. Exactly. That's what I mean. We haven't talked things over. Exactly. That's what I mean. I almost forgot about this episode. A lot of people forget about this episode, and a lot of people do forget about like very key episodes that show you what the show is trying to say, really, you know? I love the exchange from John and Magath making Eren watch his mom get eaten alive. That's what started this. Magath is like, I guess the lives taken from the Eldian Empire don't count. So yeah, I mean, for anything in your eyes. So yeah, as you can see, there's always a fucking side. There's always a side. And what happened when they eliminated sides? The world found peace. I mean, that's what Eren wanted. He said like, "Hey, dude, if I can unify everyone by making everyone forget that there's other bad people and make myself the ultimate villain, you guys come and destroy me, and I'll level the field. You guys will be regarded as heroes, and then we can continue. Like, you guys can live a happy life." Pretty much. People forget that the show's underlying theme is kill or be killed. In a way, I would say that, yeah. In a way, kind of. I can see where you're going with it. I think yeah, it is kind of like it's kind of in a way one of the themes. Um but yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, this is I would disagree with you on that, Cal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying like I agree 100% with Cal, but it's definitely like one of the messages that allows for the conflict to happen. What do you think of people saying Eren has no free will and it isn't his fault for doing something he couldn't stop? That they didn't they clearly didn't see the show very well. Um because Eren has free will, and like it's on the fucking ending. he that they show like this could have also been prevented and he could have run away with Mikasa. But the thing is that Eren at the end of the day says, I'm a slave to freedom. I'm doing this because I don't see any other choice. He's not that smart. And he says it. He says, I'm fucking stupid. He's not that smart to come up with something that would resolve world peace. Like, this fucking conflict. He's like, this is the only thing I can think of. And I've tried to think of other ways to do it, but it always ends up in the same thing. He says it in the ending. He's like, hey, I've tried to not come to this, but this is the only possible way where I get the peace and the freedom for you guys that I want to give it. Like, out of every single possibility for me to give you guys what I want to give you, which is freedom and a happy life, this is the only thing that I can do. So it's not like he has no free will. It's like his hands are tied because he's stubborn and he wants to achieve a certain goal. And the only way to do it is through those actions. You see what I mean? I still miss how Wit Studio made this. I wonder if that had anything to do with people's attention span or interest during exposition stage. Possibly. I mean, honestly, when you use an argument of like, oh, this series is bad because the animation is bad, but this like the story is fucking good, but still you say, no, this is just bad, overall bad because of the animation. Like when people came out and say, oh, I don't like Attack on Titan anymore because the animation is different, I was like, dude, are you seriously that fucking shallow? Like, are you that fucking shallow? My god, I hate those kind of arguments. um if Eren didn't do what he did, the world would have wiped out the island sooner. Exactly. 100%. 100%. The thing is, Eren had different options, but picked the one that ending everything if it kills him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Each side is like Gabby when she said to Falco, did you see it? If you weren't there for the atrocities, then it doesn't count, and you're somehow justified in committing your own. Good point. There you go. Like a lot of people hate Gabby. Like a lot of people hate Gabby, but it's like, don't you see that Gabby is literally Eren, but from the other side? It's just stupid. What about the credit scene? The dude in front of that tree almost looked like you could enter the bottom of it. Yeah, I mean that little scene, that post credit scene of the little dude, is just another way of pretty much saying like, hey, this, not that the series can continue, but that, like someone said, life finds a way. Like, at the end of the day, people will find conflict, life will adapt, and you can find meaning in life, but at the end of the day, life will continue to be what it is, and humans will continue to be what it is, what they are, and they're just conflicting savage creatures. It's a vicious cycle, exactly. So I wouldn't say like, oh, this just means that this is Aaron's like great 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 grandchild that comes to like revive the Titans, but it's more of the you see, we had peace, when Eren got killed, we got peace for a couple of 100 years. Then humanity fucked itself again, and then now in this post-apocalyptic world that most likely has peace because humanity like destroyed itself, we're about to maybe find another way to have another conflict. That's all it means. That's all it means. Um, I like how Ymir went in the tree and found the hallucinogen. I like the nuts to Norse mythology. Oh, gotcha. The animation studio change was weird since it made it feel like an entirely new IP at times.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, honestly, if you read the manga, the style that Mappa gave it is way more faithful to the actual manga than Wit. Wit actually went like in a completely different style. Um, about the Eren and Armin conversation, has future Eren been talking to Armin since he was a kid? I was confused why they kept aging throughout the conversation.
They kept aging throughout the conversation just to drive point the nostalgia of like them being, growing together and their lives. Like, remember, sometimes they just take artistic liberties to drive a metaphorical point. So the fact that they were aging throughout the series, it just meant more a of like, look, we started as kids and now we're here and we went there and visited like the lava rivers and the ocean and stuff like that. So it's mostly metaphorical. It's just to represent their bond and how they started and where they've ended. Thank you so much, V Marie. As someone who didn't hate the ending in the manga, I'm glad to see a lot of positive responses from the anime onlys. I thought the anime made things a lot more clear. Beautiful ending. I agree. Attack on Titan is one of the series that I would 100% say, and I will die on that hill. The anime is superior to the manga because the anime does a way better job at explaining things from the manga that the manga did not really convey. And the ending is definitely one of them.
What would have happened if Eren had saved his mother? Eventually, Marley would have destroyed Parody, pretty much, because he would have never had the motivation to, um, he would have never had the rage to do half the things he did. Like he would have joined the scouts and everything, but with his mother around, I doubt his father would have like turned him into a titan. Like everything would have changed, and he would have never become the person that he became. Like he was incredibly driven after that point, and that was his sole motivation for everything, the rage and vengeance. So most likely he would have just became a scout and probably like died at some point. Like remember, he died in the first mission. Like it was because of the Titan powers that he came back to life, but he died in the first mission. He never got to be a scout. He was literally a cadet when he died. Technically, he got eaten by a Titan. So it's not like most likely he would have just end up with the same fate because he was never like a great fighter regardless. Just saying, you know. Isn't Eren himself say he ordered the weird ice titan to eat her? Yes, because he knew, like, once he was able to connect with the founding titan, he was able to see the past and the future, and he realized, in order for me to get to this point and not fuck this timeline over, I need to make this happen. So that's what he did, and Bertolt would have died, and the colossal titan would have had royal blood. So yes, there a lot of shit would have gone sideways if he had not saved Berthold and had his mother. Yeah, Aaron is like super fucking stubborn. Like, but there's this video that I really want to see. I'm really interested to see what this guy's about to say, and we're about to react to it. So I'm really fucking interested. Attack on Titan ending is a nightmare. Oh my fucking god. Let me see some of the comments. A moment of silence for all the horses, characters, that didn't make it to the end. I think you misunderstood the Falco part. It's not the. I don't know what happens after I die, but I know I can make it. Spoilers below. As a reader of the manga, when I can appreciate how beautiful crafted. Not supporting the ending, but also not hating it either. Okay, let's just watch. Let's just watch this thing. All right, let's see.
So it's official. Attack on Titan is over. One of the most popular anime to ever be made, 10 years in the running, has finally closed the book. A sprawling epic story that begins as a character study of children trying to survive in a world that doesn't seem to want them alive eventually evolves into a political thriller about the greater evils of a bigger world. Problems like pure titans in the wall soon become trivial at the grand scope of a geopolitical scheme that forced the Eldians to live on an island secluded and locked away from the rest of the world. Eren, our once beloved main character, slowly but surely descends into madness and becomes the antagonist of the story, while characters like our once timid Armin take a step into the grand stage to become our true heroes.
My guy's makeup, like, I don't think he has like natural, like, dark outlines on his eyes. Like, I'm just saying. But his eyelashes are on point. I think he's wearing makeup, and nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I just noticed, like, dude, if I was just seeing the eyes, you know, if I was covered, I'll be like, oh my god, damn, fucking sexy ass eyes. Just saying. But his makeup on point. Just saying, his makeup on point.
See, Attack on Titan, whether you like it or not, is one of the most polarizing anime and manga ever made, with the entire fan base roughly split 50-50 as to whether or not Eren is justified in his actions. And whether or not you agree with Eren, and more notably, the rumbling, it's hard to pick out another character in anime who's as divisive and as talked about as Eren Yeager. Yes, that story, one of the most impressive stories ever written, has come to a close. And you probably hated the ending. At least,
no, it's a very beautiful fucking ending. But I really want, like, again, I have not heard a good argument as to why the ending is bad. So hopefully this guy will have some sort of points, you know?
numbers say you probably hated the ending, because most people hate the ending. See, manga readers had to deal with hating the ending of Attack on Titan what feels like years ago. And the backlash of Attack on Titan's ending was so severe that the mangaka himself had to release multiple apologies. Now, while I am not a fan of the ending of Attack on Titan, I'm also super not about yelling at creatives for the things that they create, unless those created things make actual real-life harm. So the manga community's reaction to the ending of Attack on Titan really wasn't my favorite thing of all time. And I'm assuming the anime-only reaction is probably going to be worse. See, because here's the thing.
It's super interesting to see how a lot of anime-only fans are like, dude, what was everyone so pissed about? And a lot of manga readers, I've been noticing, are like, dude, I like the ending better because it's better explained in the anime. So I think he's also living in a little echo chamber. This is just my prediction so far. So I think he's focusing on just making sure his views aligned with his audience, you know? So anyway,
Us, as manga readers of Attack on Titan, had been holding on to the hope that there was a possibility that the anime universe and the manga universe were actually...
dude, that is such a fucking trash. Like, if you wanted that, like, okay.
separate, though canon to each other, and that in actuality the ending of the manga universe was the beginning of the anime universe, giving us as manga readers the hope that the anime might have a different ending. And while admittedly I am filming this video before the last episode of Attack on Titan comes out, the reason I'm doing that is because I know it's gonna end the way that the manga ended, which is why I said,
okay, does he have a fucking video where he actually watched the thing? No, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't have a video after watching the anime. Okay.
there's a good chance that you're probably upset right now, and I'm gonna say it somewhat justifiably. The ending of Attack on Titan is just not good. There's moments where the ending of Attack on Titan truly shines, but by and large, it's kind of a nightmare.
You see, that's the thing. if you say, "Oh, Attack on Titan is bad," okay, why? Well, it bored me after season 1, so I stopped watching it. You don't have a fucking good argument. I still want to see his point because clearly he read the manga. So I want to see his point on why the ending is bad. Because yeah, the ending of the manga is the ending of the anime. The anime does a better job explaining it, but at the end of the day, it's still the same fucking ending. So I still want to hear his points in like on why the ending is bad, because it's still the same ending. But we are 3 minutes into the video, and he's made to yet he hasn't made a valid point into why. Like he's only been complaining like the ending sucks because it sucks. It just sucks. So come on.
There's death baiting, everything happens a little bit too conveniently, and the themes of the end truly waffle. So the real question is, where did the Attack on Titan ending go wrong? And if I, or we as a community, were to rewrite the ending of Attack on Titan, how would we change it? Well,
Oh, please give me a better ending, man. Please give me a better ending. Please give me a better ending. I dare you.
unfortunately, I can't read your mind. And listen, there is a fair to good chance that you actually enjoyed the ending of the manga or the ending of the anime. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. If you liked the ending, that's great. I just didn't. And I'd like to tell you why I didn't like the ending.
Yeah,
the
please tell
problems
me
that
why.
I identified in the ending that I feel as though mired the ending to an incredible story. But once again, I'm not saying it's wrong for you to enjoy the ending of Attack on Titan. If you do, that's awesome. Because genuinely, I wish I was in your shoes. I did enjoy Attack on Titan much in the same way that I enjoyed Game of Thrones. I would have liked both of those stories to get better, more cohesive endings. Now that we got that disclaimer out of the way, let's get into today's video. Because today we're talking everything wrong
God damn it, man. Just fucking stop dragging this shit out.
with Attack on Titan's ending. But before you get to sending me death threats, guys, please, for me, like this video, subscribe to the page, and hit that noti bell. And if you guys really want to hear my breakdown of this last episode of Attack on Titan, guys, go ahead and listen to my anime podcast, Otaku is Anonymous, or me and Danny Mata break
Do you drag this shit as much on your podcast as you do with this video? Because otherwise, like,
down everything
God.
happened in anime this week. It's available on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Or if you just want to look like somebody who story, you can pick up some of the incredible long-running story now over. Now, the problem with incredibly long-running and popular stories is that they're pretty hard to end. Well, at least in a way that people appreciate. You have to give all the fan favorite characters their appropriate endings, maybe sprinkle a little bit of romance in there, and assure everybody that the universe is going to be safe now that all the problems are fixed. And that's really tough to do, especially when you built out a story where the main character is an 80-meter tall walking skeleton killing 80% of humanity's population. Really hard to walk the line of finding romance for them and making sure
why does the ending need to find romance? Like, yes, the ending of Attack on Titan does have romance, 100%. But why does it have to? According to him, why does it have to?
all the world's problems are fixed, which is probably why we got the ending from Attack on Titan that we did, and why many people are upset with it. So what are the problems, as I've identified them, with Attack on Titan's ending? Well, so far as I see it, there's three major problems. And the first, and probably least offensive problem with Attack on Titan's ending is the never-ending stream of convenience. Well, at least the never-ending stream of convenience for the anti-Eren side. So Connie, Jean, Levi, Mikasa, Armin, Reiner, the anti-Jaegerists. See, nobody is under any illusion that this team was anything but the underdogs. Anime-only people, even if you haven't seen the last episode of the anime yet, and if you haven't, go watch it, will know that one of the most important fighters in the anti-Eren side, Annie, has decided to not go to the battle, which means that this underdog squad has lost one of its most important fighters. Not good. For the majority of the first episode, it appears as though this loss of Annie is gonna result in some more losses, if you know what I mean, with almost every single member of the anti-Eren squad sustaining some kind of injury or just straight up being kidnapped. However, don't worry, these underdogs seem to have an insane amount of luck, because the first real moment where this never-ending stream of luck tends to start is Falco's transformation. See, Falco has become the Jaw Titan, and when Falco becomes the Jaw Titan, it destroys the ship that Annie and everybody else who didn't go to fight Eren was on, thus sinking it. However, fortunately for Falco, and I guess everybody else, Falco's Jaw Titan transformation just happens to be a bird.
No, you fucking idiot. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. But there's a reason why it's a bird. First off, his name is Falco, like a falcon. So let's go with that. Let's remember also on the very fucking first episode of season 4, we have Falco dreaming of him flying. All right, second hint. Let's not call it convenience. Let's not call it convenience because it was already set up on the first episode of season 4. Okay, we have two setups already. On episode 3 of season 4, we have a little gathering of Reiner with Marley. And one of the generals says, "Hey, why don't we have a Titan that can fly?" Like they literally say that on this little gathering. They're like, "Yeah, because Titans don't fly." And one of them says, "Oh, it would be really good if we had a Titan that flies." So they are setting up. We have 3 instances so far. 3 where we're setting up a flying Titan. Okay. We good so far? Okay. Is the gun in the room? If you're gonna show a gun in a scene, is because the gun is going to be used later. Okay. So we have 3 instances from the first 3 episodes of season 4 where we have set up a flying Titan. Are we good so far? Okay. Chekhov's gun. There you go. Chekhov's gun. Then, not only do we have Falco turning to the Jaw Titan, but can we remember how he got transformed into a Titan? It was with Zeke's spinal fluid. And he says it on the fucking episode. He is inherently getting some Beast Titan abilities. He can connect himself with Zeke in a way, as well as adapting some animalistic features because he got transformed into a Titan with Zeke's spinal fluid. So he's got some Beast Titan in him. There's 4 fucking things already. All right. And when he gets transformed into a Titan, if you look at his first transformation as a Titan, he has fucking talons and feathers. So there's already 5 instances where we get to see that there's a setup for a flying Titan. Okay? All right. So it's not like it just so happens that he can fly. No, bitch. You just didn't pay attention to all the setup the story has done to let you know that this was going to be a thing. God damn it. Okay. And let's take on his other point. He's like, it just so happens that they're able to battle it all out. Bitch, that's why. Okay, like his point about like, oh, they just happen to actually win against all of this shit. Well, yeah, first off, they've been doing it since they were kids. Okay, so it's established that these people are very good at fighting. They know what they're doing. Okay, cool. And if they had not received any sort of injury, I would have been on his side. Like, oh yeah, it's too convenient that they're just that good to face all the generations of previous Titans and just go unscathed. No, everyone is getting their asses handed to them. They are barely making it by sheer fucking luck. So, yeah, like, yeah, they have to win because they're the good guys, right? In a way, but also make it believable. And it's very believable because they're getting beaten to a fucking pulp. Levi almost dies. Reiner gets his ass handed to him, like badly. His armor is completely gone. Annie, don't even talk about Annie. She was getting destroyed. So, yes, they're getting fucking beaten. So don't tell me like it's just so convenient that they win. No, because you can tell they barely fucking made it.
All right, let's continue with this shit. Okay, so I've already debunked his first 2 points. Okay. All right. Are we good so far? Are we good so far? Okay.
The plot armor was kind of strong. Peak was impaled by the Warhammer.
So okay, so let me put it to you this way. When what you're saying with the plot armor is not necessarily a lot of plot armor.
Because, like I said, yes, they have to win because they're the good guys, and obviously, the ending has to come or whatever, but make it believable. Make it believable. And they were about, every single one of them was about to die. Like every single one of them, even Mikasa, she was like getting to that point. But that's what makes it believable. That's what actually makes it believable. Where you see consequences happening. Okay. Kind of wonder if he only watched the final. Dude, that's the thing. He hasn't watched the fucking episode. He just read the manga. For all the plot armor that Rainer had, the man stood his ground at the end and became the shield that he always meant to be. There you go. That's exactly. Okay, so let's continue. Now that I've debunked his first 2 points. God damn it.
The first Titan in observable history who's ever had the ability to fly. Not even just fly a little bit, like soar. And that comes into play. One, because it allows Falco to get to the battlefields where everybody is fighting Eren very quickly. And two, because Falco has the ability to fly and he decides, well, there's really no excuse for me not to head to the battlefields now. Except for the fact that everybody who went to go fight Eren left on a plane. If there was no excuse for you not to go with Falco, how is there an excuse for you not to go with Armin and everybody else? The mode of transportation is exactly the same. But before any of this happens, and what results in Annie and Falco being the heroes of the situation, is the fact that Armin is gobbled up by Ymir. Well, sort of Ymir. It's a pig titan that's loosely implied to be controlled by Ymir. Now, Ymir is focusing on attacking Armin because Ymir understands that Armin is going to transform into a colossal titan to destroy Eren. And thus, Armin's kind of public enemy number one to Ymir, who also wants the destruction of all humanity. At least is what we're told. However, Ymir / the Pig Titan don't injure Armin at all, so he doesn't transform into the Colossal Titan. I mean, sure, Ymir as the Pig Titan could have just, bitten off Armin's head, but instead, Ymir as the Pig Titan focused more on just capturing Armin in a way that didn't harm him so he wouldn't turn. And because Armin is pulled into the mouth of this Pig Titan, he's apparently sent to the coordinate. They never really explain why, but let's just say he gets knocked out in the process and for some reason he wakes up in the coordinate, where he has a conversation with Zeke about the real reason that humanity should continue to exist. And that is for little moments like playing catch or chasing your friends through a field. And apparently this is all Zeke needed to hear, because Zeke stands up and goes, "You're right, there is reasons to survive and we should fight for that." So him and
I mean, it sounds like he had a problem with that, where literally that is the thing. Like, Zeke, for the longest time, he's been searching for like the meaning of life, and so far his only explanation is very scientific, very, very, very scientific. Like, oh, you reproduce, and that's the meaning of life, to reproduce. Like, he's very scientific about it. But Zeke, throughout the series, has had little moments, little nuggets of life that he appreciates, and he holds it very dear. I mean, let's not forget, his fucking throwing comes from throwing the baseball. So you see how like dear he holds on to those little nuggets of life, where he had a conversation with Eren, where he started to cry because he felt like he had a brother for the first time. Like, Zeke got to enjoy little nuggets of life. So when Armin reminds him, like, hey, life is not just this scientific, you gotta reproduce and die type of shit. Life is also about enjoying it, which you've had in the past. And that was the moment where he realized, yes, these little moments that are so dear to me, they mean way more than I've realized. So yes, I don't see why this guy right now is seeing it as a problem. Like, oh, it just so happened. Dude, we've seen it again throughout the fucking series. What is the first thing that Zeke
tells Eren when he sees him, I'm gonna come back for you. Like he didn't kill Eren. He's like, I'm gonna come back for you because he's his little brother and he has like not only like even freaking Peak says it. Like I knew Zeke had something up his sleeve because he cared about Eren. Like he cared about him. So Zeke does enjoy the little moments in life, but he never realized that he did until this conversation where you had Zeke being like all fucking scientific about it, just like, oh yeah, you just reproduce. And then you have romantic ass Armin, like, no, it's about the little moments, man. It's about the little moments. So you have a clash of ideas, and you get to see Zeke like actually come to the realization, like, dude, you're fucking right. I've been seeing this about it the wrong way. And even Zeke tells his like father figure, the guy that was throwing the baseball, like, I still believe that euthanasia was the route to go, but I can also see that there's a meaning to this way more, you know? So just saying, Zeke had like a lot of setup to come to the realization in this particular moment with Armin. Okay, let's continue.
Armin decide to work together to awaken everybody who was asleep in the coordinate. And then through the powers of the Founding Titan, they all get to manifest in their Titan Shifter forms from Eren's ribcage. Kind of like how he manifested the Beast Titan to destroy all those airships. So all of them just manifest because they've been asleep in the coordinate, but not all Titan Shifters manifest, just the ones that we know. But this
Yeah, bitch, because those are the ones that they're connected. Like these people are connected in a way. So of course it was going to be the moment of like, hey, you know, you guys that have been affected by our story directly, well, let's do this, you know? Like, so here's the thing, like he's like, oh well, conveniently, bitch, no, it was absolutely set up that every single one of them that had a connection would show up. And let's not let's not forget that Armin and Zeke talk to these people. Hey, please lend us a hand, because this, like, they also had to convince them. Armin had to talk to Berthold and was like, hey dude, I'm so sorry, like I'm legit super sorry, but please, like, give me a hand with this because we got to stop Eren, like, please. So yeah, they just like said, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. So there's a reason for it. So anyways,
is kind of confusing and like kind of shakily explained, because here's the thing. The only way this could have happened is through the power of the Founding Titan. And considering the fact that Ymir went with Eren, and she herself is the physical representation of the Founding Titan's power, this would imply that for some reason Ymir decided to use her powers to allow these people to reawaken in the coordinate and then have them manifest on Eren's chest. But everything we knew about Ymir and everything that Eren tells us about Ymir after everything happens implies that Ymir wanted somebody to understand her and to break her out of her love for Karl Freitz. However, by being broken out of her love for Karl Freitz, that translated into her destroying humanity, the people who had abused her power for 2,000 years. So why is Ymir allowing people to reawaken in the coordinate and then manifest on...
Does he forget that the one that is actually in control is Eren? Does he forget, like, legit, that the one that is like doing this shit is Eren and not Ymir? Ymir is just the vessel, the one that is allowing Eren to act this way. And does he forget that Eren did say, I am not inflicting on your free will? Like, if you want to act in a certain way, go for it. Like, does he forget that little nugget of information? Did he even watch the fucking show? Does he forget that Ymir is just like... Ymir is literally the one giving Eren the power to do what he's doing. And Eren, like, literally spells it out. I am not taking away your free will. The moment you decide to act on anything, that's your decision.
So when these other Titans, these past Titans, decided to act in a way, Aaron's no one to like say, you know what? Yeah. So, I mean, just saying though, just saying. I mean, just saying.
Aaron's chest. Now, technically, you could say it was Zeke who did it because Zeke has royal blood and he was in the coordinate, but Zeke would have to coordinate with Ymir, and Ymir only listens to people with royal blood, and that doesn't even matter anymore because Aaron broke her out of that cycle. So how did they manifest? I don't like. There's somewhat answers, but not really. But now
There's plenty of answers. You clearly just glossed over them.
that all of these awoken Titan shifters have appeared, they're able to fight off the non-awoken Titan shifters that have been being created by Aaron's ribcage, which gives the anti-Aaron team enough time to save Armin from the old pig mouth. Listen, I'm also aware that Armin says that Ymir wants connection, and that's why all Eldians are connected through the coordinate, and Ymir is technically present at the moment of the reawakening, but Ymir is flip-flopping. That's what I'm saying. And it's weird.
It's because she's not the one making the calls. Again. Ymir is not the one destroying fucking humanity. Aaron told Ymir, hey, give me your power. Let me use your power. The one that is making this shit happen is Aaron, not Ymir. Not Ymir. But he's like, oh, well, why Ymir is not doing shit? Because she's not doing shit. Because the one that's doing shit is Aaron. He is the founding Titan. He's the one. It's not Ymir founding Titan. It's Aaron using Ymir's power. God, this guy. Okay. I don't know how many points I've already dismantled, but again, okay, let me see. I agree with this guy that Aaron being a demigod of time and power is what takes to accept these events make sense. Wait, what? I agree with this guy that Aaron being a demigod of time and power is what takes to accept these events make sense. What? If you can rephrase that a little bit better, because I'm like, I just didn't understand that well. So please tell me. But again, to his point that he's like, why is Ymir not doing shit? It's because Ymir is just a fucking vessel to the power. It's Aaron that is doing this shit. And Aaron said it specifically as they were going, like on the plane, as they were going, he told them, I will not change your free will. Even if I have the power, I have the power to change your will, but I'm not going to do it. If any of you want to retaliate and act, you're more than welcome to. That's what he says. So, I mean, what's your name? The Weep Commander. The Weep Commander. Next time, please spend more time paying attention to the story and less time paying attention to your makeup. Because if your makeup was, I mean, if your attention to the story was as on point as your makeup is, you would be like, you wouldn't be making this video. Like, just say.
Weird that Ymir is flip-flopping and that we never really get an explanation as to why. However, when all of these Titan shifters reawaken, Zeke pops out of Aaron's ribcage and kind of waves to Levi. Levi does not take that well and immediately decapitates Zeke, which stops the rumbling. So the comment.
Yes, because Aaron needs to be in contact with Zeke to have access to Ymir. Period. Like, that's why. Like, Zeke realized, like, dude, I'm more useful as just like. Okay, so Aaron needs to be in contact with Zeke to have access to Ymir. Once he has all of that, he's in control. Okay? So, of course, if you kill Zeke, you break the middleman because Aaron doesn't have royal blood. That's why he couldn't access the power of Ymir. Ymir is more than happy to give Aaron her power, but without without being in contact with Zeke, he can't do it. So yes, that's why that's why Zeke is like, you know what? Yeah, this is it. Instead of becoming the Beast Titan and help them out in the battlefield, I'm going to just cut it off. All right. And he goes and is like, see, Levi, my guy, please just end it. I'm here for you. Like, you know what you need to do. Like, that is one of the biggest and most simple things to understand. And I think he's so focused on just hating this shit that he forgot to actually like pay attention to it.
An explanation here is that Zeke was Aaron's way to control the Founding Titan's power. And now that Aaron no longer had Zeke's royal blood, he can control the Founding Titan as well, which temporarily halts the rumbling, which would imply that Zeke has to remain in the coordinate for Aaron to control the Founding Titan's abilities. Or in a more direct sense, that is to say that Aaron has to be in contact with somebody of royal blood in order to use the Founding Titan's abilities. However,
Yes.
this kind of contradicts a couple of key plot points throughout AOT.
Like what? Please tell me.
Chapter 50 and 51 of Attack on Titan, I don't know the episodes, when Aaron punches the Smiling Titan, it's revealed that that Smiling Titan was Dina, who has royal blood, which then allows Aaron to be able to use the Founding Titan's abilities to kill Dina and then send all the Pure Titans after Reiner. That contact he makes with Dina lasts like a second, and Dina dies. He directs all of the Pure Titans to attack the Smiling Titan first and then attack Reiner, which means in that moment, Aaron isn't connected to royal blood. What's weirder than all of this is the fact that it was heavily implied that the reason that you needed royal blood to be able to control Ymir is because of her loyalty to Karl Fritz, the original royal. However, now that Aaron has broken her out of that system, it's largely implied that royal blood is no longer needed, as Ymir is now free to do what
No, the contact, it's still needed. The contact is still fucking needed. So it's not like it's implied. It never changes. The contact is still needed.
ever she wants and is no longer bound to doing exactly what those with royal blood.
No, like like she's not bound anymore. Period. She's not bound anymore. But the contact is still needs to happen. It's never implied that the contact is not needed. Like Ymir's perception of the world and everything changed because of Eren, but like it's never implied that the contact is not needed anymore.
Blood want her to do. But whatever, let's just say it's a biological response and that the only way that you can control the Founding Titan's powers is if you're in contact with or have somebody with royal blood. Cool. Whatever. Zeke's death stops the rumbling. It's a little shaky, but by far and away not the worst
Is not shaky at all, but whatever.
thing that happens here. But this does bring up my second point with Attack on Titan's ending. The fact that it's kind of confusing and not like, oh,
Can we just say you just don't get it? Okay.
I'm reading it and I have no idea what's going on.
No, clearly you don't have any idea what's going on.
But I'm reading it and this goes against most of the things that I know. See,
Oh, please tell me how it goes again.
the
Okay.
entire ending of Attack on Titan revolves around the Founding Titan. However, the real question is, what is the Founding Titan? Is the Founding Titan Ymir or the centipede that attached to her spine? The answer is apparently both, but also neither. See,
Okay.
because while we do talk about what the centipede thing is, and it's based off some ancient biological life form whose name I've completely forgotten, basically all we get as it pertains to a conversation revolving around what it is Gabby being like, oh, that's the Founding Titan. No, it's the true nature of Titans, which also kind of leaves us in a weird spot. Like, is it the Founding Titan or is it life? Because when Zeke and Armin are talking about manipulation and multiplication of a species, the image shown is obviously of the centipede thing. However, when you consider the fact that this centipede thing attaching to Ymir is what gave her the original Titan ability, and then Ymir would later become the Founding Titan, it's kind of hard for us not to assume the centipede's got something to do with that. Okay, so let's for a second.
Yeah, because the centipede is what gave the power. It's the thing. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's like Venom. Like Venom attaches to Eddie Brock, and then both of them are Venom. Ymir plus the centipede is the Founding Titan. and obviously because it's entrained with her DNA and everything, eating her like creates other titans and shit like that or whatever. But yeah, it's a symbiotic relationship where both of them are one thing. That is not very difficult to like
comprehend. Just think of it like Venom. You know, it's like that. It's a symbiotic relationship.
That can assume that the Centipede is the Founding Titan, and that the Founding Titan has a vested interest in making sure that Eren remains alive, because when Eren had his head shot off by Gabby, it shot out of his spine to reconnect his head. Now, one could pretty easily make the argument that this is something that life would do, as Zeke says in his conversation with Armin, that life is about manipulation and multiplication, and death means that we can no longer multiply, and that's where fear comes from. And therefore, when faced with the prospects of death, something that is life incarnate would try to stay alive, but the same line of logic could also be applied to the Founding Titan. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. What does matter is the fact that Eren, in his massive Founding Titan form, has his head blown off. And once his head is blown off, the Centipede escapes him. Well, more specifically, the Centipede tries to reattach Eren's head, but Reiner decides to wrestle it. So, if we are assuming that that Centipede thing is the Founding Titan, Eren no longer has the Founding Titan. Reiner's wrestling it. So, okay, cool. Eren just got to
My guy. Again, I'm gonna put it into simple terms. Think of it as Venom. Can the symbiote or the symbiote, however you call it, have the powers of Venom by itself? No. It needs a host in order to have the powers. It needs a vessel, okay? So the fact that Reiner is stopping the symbiote from attaching to Eddie Brock to not create Venom. That's why the fucking Centipede cannot control the Titans, because it's just a symbiote. It needs a host in order to activate its powers. Is that so fucking hard to understand? Like the virus, the flu virus needs a host in order to activate. On its own, it's fucking like it's nothing. Okay, is that too fucking hard to like, my guy? I'm a college dropout, and I got that. Like, come on, like, please, please. I'm telling you, it is not that hard to understand that this is a symbiotic relationship. Ymir consciousness is tied to the parasite. No, it's not. The parasite is just, like I said, this is the symbiote. Ymir is like in its own little world and everything. This thing is the thing that gives the power of the Titans. So it's just a vessel, all right?
decapitated, he should be dead, right?
No, he shouldn't be dead. Like, what the fuck, man?
Nope. See, not only does Eren not die, he then transforms into the Colossal Titan, whose powers, mind you, he doesn't have. Armin has them. And the only way that Eren would have the
Yeah, because he clearly did not have access to the fucking Founding Titan and had the ability to summon all the other fucking Titans. So clearly he got like a massive upgrade. He had access to every single fucking power in existence. So it would make sense that he said, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, so was it explained that he did that? No. Okay, no. But let's just assume, like, let's just think for a minute. How was Eren able to become a Colossal Titan? His head got blown off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we get it. We get it. But the centipede thingy is the thing that carried the Founding Titan's powers. All right. But Eren's head, as he was blown off, his actual connection was in the mouth. So he still remained with Titan powers, and he had access. He had access to all the powers the Titans have pretty much had. Oh, please tell me. Pretty much nothing was properly. Dude, I've been explaining this shit for like an hour. So just saying, like, please tell me how. Like, I will agree that how he was able to turn into a colossal titan was not explained very very well, but we can assume by all the evidence that we've had in like previously, like let's not forget how Eren, he's the attack titan, did not have the power to crystallize. How did he get the power? Because he took spinal fluid from the armor titan. So it was established that titans can get other titans abilities by accessing their power by just like drinking their fluids. So how do we have Eren accessing every single fucking fluid in existence because he is the founding at that point? Yeah, it would make sense that he would access as many abilities as he can. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Anyways. But other than that, please tell me how they butchered the best series ever writer with the finale. It's interesting that that your typo was the word writer. Ever written would be the one, right? But please do tell me, and that's why I'm doing this stream. Please, Fantastic Cat, tell me how, like, what wasn't explained so I can explain it to you and give you a possibly a good insight into why or when it was explained or how it was set up. All right, so please tell me.
The ability to turn into the Colossal Titan is if he had the Founding Titan's abilities. However, when you consider the fact that Zeke is dead and the centipede thing has left him, makes us ask the incredibly logical question, how does Eren turn into a Colossal Titan? Does he still have the Founding Titan powers? Probably, but why? The logical answer is his connection to Ymir. But if his connection to Ymir is all he needs to control the power of the Founding Titan, why did Zeke's death do anything? Whatever, I guess it's just semantics. Who cares?
No, it's not. Because by that same logic, why did the other Titan users like Reiner or Peak or Annie, why were they still able to keep their Titan powers? Eren kept his Titan powers. He had access to every single Titan power, so he used it because he still had Titan powers. The only power that he didn't have at that point was the founding. He didn't have the founding Titan. He didn't have the founding power anymore because he lost connection to Zeke. Otherwise, he would have continued the fucking rumbling. Why do you think it stopped? Because he needed to control the other Titans. Once they severed the centipede, once they severed Zeke's head, Eren just lost the ability to access the founding powers, but he still had his Titan powers, and he had for a fucking day or two, he had access to all the Titan powers. Period. So it's believable that he was able to transform into a colossal Titan, especially because, his head's blown out, like he's like the size of fucking Manhattan. So yeah, like it's believable that he had enough power and he consumed enough fluid from the centipede to transform into a colossal Titan. So it's not difficult to he doesn't have to turn to the camera and be like, this is why I can do this. Because we've had evidence that Titans can adopt other Titans' powers if they have access to their fluid. And he had access to the fucking source for what many times that he was a fucking skeleton. So yeah, it is not super far-fetched to think about that, but he clearly doesn't have the power of the founding. He just doesn't, because he doesn't have the connection with Zeke. And the centipede was severed, and it's trying to go back to its host. Whether it can access the power of the founding or not, he's still trying to go for its host. God damn it. Is that too hard to understand? Like, legit. And I'm still waiting for Fantastic. I'm still waiting for Fantastic Cat to like give us his points. So please.
It's a cool Colossal Titan fight. And it is a cool Colossal Titan fight. I mean, there's like 2 punches exchanged, but still. I mean, there's 2 punches exchanged.
I mean, let's not forget, he hasn't watched the anime episode. So yeah, there's more than 2 punches.
In the manga. It could be longer in the anime. And while Eren and Armin are having the world's greatest jab exchange, does reach still matter when you're 80 meters tall? Reiner is busy wrestling with the world's most wriggly and gross entity. However, when the possible Founding Titan realizes it might lose in this battle against Reiner, it decides to release a smoke. A smoke that creeps over the entirety of humanity's last stronghold. And just as you thought we were starting to head in a positive direction, as people like Annie and Gabby got reunited with their families, this smoke starts turning every single Eldian into Titans. Jean, Connie, Gabby. And this scene is absolutely brutal and also wildly unnecessary. In fact, this scene accomplishes nothing at all. See, the reason that the Founding...
It doesn't accomplish anything at all, aside from the fact that it reveals that this is a fucking organism that wants to survive. As previously stated, that is the reason why it attached to Ymir in the first place. Because it wants to survive, multiply, and create more of its own. So, I mean, he touched on Zeke explaining the reason to live is to multiply and survive, to multiply. He literally talked about that like 5 minutes ago. But here we are. I guess conveniently, he conveniently forgot that this is a living organism that also wants to fucking survive and multiply. So, okay. Talk about like conveniences. It's very convenient how he forgets about the thing he was talking about like 5 minutes ago. Just say it. Just say it.
Founding Titan did this so that it could have...
And also, yes, also Marley's being reminded of the power of Eldians, because at the end we have the reunition, like they come together, but they wanted one more reminder, I guess. So yeah, it's also this is a very good point as well, but he conveniently forgot his own opinion.
Have an army of Titans to battle against Reiner so it could survive. And so, just as Eldians and Marleyans are coming together to realize that this situation was brought on by needless hate, and Gabby and Annie are finally getting their much-needed reunions, and Jean and Connie have accomplished enough that now they get to sit back and watch all the big people fight, all of them are effectively killed. Yes, they're pure Titans, but unless there's a Titan shifter around you that's willing to give up their life to turn you into a Titan shifter, you're all but dead. And listen, I am all for an absolute gut punch in an anime. Akame ga Kill, one of my favorite shows of all time. But death is only really great in anime and manga when it serves a purpose. And yet, no, 2 fan favorite characters, Jean and Connie, wiped out just like that. And not only are we hypothetically wiping fan favorite characters off the map 2 chapters before the story is ending, it also completely derails what should have been the take-home message from the entirety of the end of Attack on Titan, that Marleyans and Eldians are finding peace amongst each other. But now instead, a vast majority of the Marleyans get wiped out by pure Titans, completely derailing any progress towards the prospect of Eldians and Marleyans coexisting.
I mean, okay. God damn it. Is he going to skip over the fact that even after that reminder of the power of Titans, when the Titan curse is lifted, Armin comes to actually say again, no, let's not make the same mistakes. Like, they have another chance to create conflict again. They have another after everything. They still have one more chance to create conflict. Armin comes and stops it and says, "Guys, it's fucking over. Let's coexist together." Like, it's to drive the point. Like, this is a very conscious decision. This is a decision that we're taking even after that reminder that just happened. So, God damn it. This guy.
And maybe one of the most important things happening during this moment is the fact that Falco's core motivation is to make sure that Gabby is safe. However, Falco as a Titan shifter is unaffected by the smoke, but Gabby isn't. And while we're talking about core motivations, here's something I did like about the ending. The fact that Mikasa is the person to kill Eren. And I even like how Mikasa goes about killing Eren, because Mikasa has to battle the Ackerman ideology in her head that she shouldn't attack Eren. And she has this kind of flashback to an alternative future where her and Eren ran away from everything to live out the last 4 years of Eren's life. All of it is a really beautiful moment. And if anybody was going to kill Eren, it should be Mikasa. I even like the fact that Levi punches a hole in Colossal Titan Eren's teeth and Mikasa jumps into his mouth and slices Eren's neck. You know what I don't like, though? Her kissing his decapitated skull. You know what's worse? Him kissing back. All of that.
He didn't kiss back. It's a fucking corpse. He didn't kiss back. Like, he's looking into the drawing, but he doesn't kiss back. Like, that is just a weird interpretation, but he does not kiss back. Just saying. And yes, yeah, I agree to a certain degree that Mikasa just like kissing decapitated Eren's head, it was kind of weird, because yeah, it was kind of weird. But I understand it. Like, it goes in line with her character, because she needed to get the job done, but she also wanted to give the kiss that she could not give on fucking season 2. On season 2, she was going for that kiss, and Eren said, like, "No, I'm gonna wrap the scarf around your neck time and time and time again. I'm going to do it." But she never got the chance to kiss him. So it's like, hey, this is it. Like, I needed to cut your head so you can stop the rumbling, because every second that happens after, it's still more people that are going to die. So let me do it real quick before you can retaliate, and then boom, boom, boom. I can get my smoochy smooch. So yeah, I'm not saying like I would ever kiss a decapitated head, but I can understand why she did it.
Bad. And somehow it got worse. Because after Eren is defeated, it's revealed that Eren went to all of the people that were important in his life and told them why he was doing this. He then made each and every single one of those individuals forget, so that the next time that they saw, they would kill him with no hesitation. However, after they finished the job, they would remember everything that Eren had told them. Then revealed to Armin specifically that the reason he did this is so that he could paint these heroes of Paradis as the saviors of the world. That is to say that Eren was trying to get the entire world to not only understand the possible power of Paradis, but also hate him. So whoever killed him would be the world's hero. And that makes almost no goddamn sense.
Okay, I really want to know why it doesn't make sense, since it's exactly the same ending that Code Geass had and Watchmen. You unify, you give the world a common enemy to hate. Like, okay, tell me why it doesn't make sense.
Okay, if we start from the beginning of this fight and assume that everything Eren is doing is so that he can be defeated at the hands of the heroes of Paradis, he did not have to kill 80% of the human population.
Yes, he fucking did, and he explains it why, but okay, continue.
Now, the reason that he gives is that so the rest of the world would have enough strength to mount a defensive attack against the remaining Paradis Island residents. Why do we think they want to attack Paradis Island, Eren? You could have killed 50% of humanity, 20% of humanity, even 10. Probably would have got the message across. And then everybody could have been like, wow, good thing it didn't get to us.
Does he forget that Eren says, I had to do 80% because now we are on the same level. Every single amount of population is like at the same level. And yes, there wouldn't be any retaliation. If he had destroyed 10, it's still too many people to convince. Like, he explains his reasoning why. Like, I'm not saying like I'm justifying that,
But I'm just saying, he gave a reason why 80 was the number he needed in order to ensure that the world population would be damaged enough and scared enough that it would ensure peace and prosperity for a long time. Killing only 10% of the population would not ensure. Let's not forget one famous say that it was I don't remember exactly who said it, but they said that humanity would find true peace only after its population went down to 1. You see? So and that's the point. Like, he was like, hey, I need to reduce all of these numbers as much as possible to ensure that there's going to be peace. So yeah. So okay, just saying.
Those heroes from Paradise, great people. And not to mention that I fully understand through the power of the Founding Titan, Eren can see everything that will happen, has happened, and is currently happening all at once. Well, at least so long as within the capacity of during his life and before it, as he says to Armin that he doesn't know what's going to happen after he dies. But without like 3 or 4 incredibly lucky breaks, Eren would have killed all of those Paradise Island heroes.
And sure, of course he knew that was all gonna happen. That's why he went as hard as he did.
But here's the thing. Nobody could see the fight. The closest people to the battle were miles away, and they were just like, oh, people just jumped out of a plane. Wonder what they're doing. Did we have to spawn every single Titan Shifter in the history of Titan Shifters? Like, you could have made it.
It happened in front of the Marlians, and that's what it was important for that to happen. It happened in front of the Marlians, the people that hated Eldians the most. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I mean, okay? I mean, I'm gonna like draw a comparison, right? Jesus happened in the middle of the Middle East, and his story spread throughout the world because of everyone that spread the word, right? So yes, there's going to be people that believe it. There's other people that are not going to believe it. So, so here we have like the key people that hated the Eldians the most, the Marley, are seen with their very own eyes that Eren was taken down by Eldians. So if any person in the fucking world was going to believe that Eldians are not a threat anymore, would be coming from fucking Marlians, because they're like, I mean, these guys hate the Eldians, and if they are telling me that Eldians are not a threat, I mean, what can I say? If they're saying it, I'm more willing to believe it than any other fucking race, because everyone else hates the Eldians, but Marlins hate the Eldians the most. So, I mean, yeah, this fight could not happen in front of the entire fucking world, but it happened in front of the people that needed to see the fight the most. I mean, is that too fucking hard to understand, my guy?
A little bit easier for your friends to win, but that's really not that bad. That's genuinely splitting hairs. Eren knew that they would win, so he could do whatever he want because he saw the future. That makes sense. However, unfortunately, Eren admitting this does present kind of a large issue for me, and that's our third and final issue with AOT's ending.
So far, I've debunked and like dismantled every single one of his points. So please, just give me one that is not a fucking stupid ass point that only uncovers the same fucking reason of everything. You didn't pay attention.
Waffling. See, in the matter of one chapter, Eren goes from the big bad antagonist to just the guy who is trying to make the entire world hate me so that my friends...
Are we fucking gonna go there? Oh my god, I cannot wait.
Could kill me and they'd all be liked. It's a thematic change in a matter of hate.
It's a thematic change that never happened, because from the fucking get-go, Eren says it. Eren says from the beginning, he only cares about his friends. He wants the best for his friends. Okay, do we need to remember the scene that happens where Eren
tells his friends that he doesn't want any of them to inherit the founding titan because he wants them to have a happy life. Like, do we need to remind this guy of that? That Eren says every fucking season, the only thing that matters the most to him are his friends. Eren has always been this way. Did he need it? Like, he even says, hey, I had to become this fucking diabolical person for you guys to act the way you needed to in order to stop me, because otherwise your love would not have let you to stop me, but I needed you to stop me in the most brutal of ways. So I needed you guys to do it. But in order to do that, I needed to have this facade of this edgelord. And that's why he talks to them, to explain that. And he erases their memory until they defeat him. But yeah, like, he literally says, dude, I needed to have this mask of being fucking like angry and shit. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm even going to pull up like one of the clearest as day fucking scenes ever that explains this thing. So hold on. Eren and Mikasa and Armin. Armin punches Eren. Okay, so let's go here. Okay, let's go to this scene. This is one of the most blatant scenes of all.
もしくは家畜だ。そいつを見たと
Look, I mean, he's expressionless, okay, because he has this fucking facade. He has this facade, and then he goes.
やめて。
なんでも
結局何が言いたかったもっとクソや
俺だ。連れ
Okay,
クソや
okay, here it is. Okay, look at his eyes. Can you look at his eyes? Okay, look at his eyes real quick. Okay, you see anything? Okay, cool. Look at his eyes. Okay, but let's listen to what Armin is saying. The freedom you've earned for just amounts to hurting Mikasa.
君の求めた自由かどっちだよ
You're the real slave, and your master's a piece of
クソ
shit.
野郎に屈した奴隷は
Look at his eyes. When he actually has a reaction, he's on the borderline of crying. Okay? He's on the borderline of crying because this fucking hurts him. Being reminded that he's hurting Mikasa hurts him. And he's always expressionless. But the moment he reacts to something, you can see that it pains the living fuck out of him. And okay, let me bring another scene. Eren in train with his friends. Here.
お前じゃダメだろ。アッカーマン家が何なの
任せらけなもう私が
Everyone is like, oh yeah, let me inherit the founding titan. And what does Eren said? Let me take out this fucking banner so you guys can see the subtitles.
次ますよ実践経験ですかエレンじゃけどね
だからだ。
Okay, here it is. I don't want any of you to inherit it.
彼らに継承させるつもりはない。なんでだお前らが大事だからだ。
Because you're important to me more than anyone else.
他の誰よりも。だから、
I want you to have long lives.
長生きしてほしい。
Eren never fucking changed. Eren never changed. Never. He never changed. He had a fucking facade. Like, I think this guy also forgets that the characters in Attack on Titan are very human, like incredibly fucking human, where they have like the reasonings and everything. So Eren, yeah, he puts a facade of being this fucking edgelord. but his motivation is still the same at the end of the day. Like, you see what I mean? Like, Eren never changed what his goal was from the very beginning. He always wanted to care for his friends. That's it. That's it. So right now that he's saying like, oh well, Eren went from being this super fucking bad, calculated, evil person to this mushy guy, it's because he was always mushy. Always. Like, once he actually gets to talk with Armin, he drops his facade because let's not. Okay, how can I explain this to you? I guess this guy just doesn't understand human emotions, I think. I just think that he doesn't understand human emotions because let me see if I can find the scene where Eren talks with Armin ending. Okay, I found it. I just need. Okay, let's analyze this scene. Let's analyze this scene, okay? Eren is a pathetic human like the rest of us who has given the power of God. He says it on the fucking show. He says it on the show. He's like, I'm just an idiot that had a lot of power. But let's analyze this scene because this scene pretty much tells you everything he needs to know. Okay?
どう思ってたのさ。
So what do you think
何が
about what?
ミカサのことだよ。
About Mikasa?
エレンのこと
Do you think she can just forget about you and live a happy life with someone
忘れ
else?
て誰かと幸せに。
And he responds,
さあ
well, who knows? Okay, how many times in your fucking life did you break up with someone or someone broke up with you and someone asked you, hey, are you okay? And you responded like, yeah, man, it's better this way. Like, like I'm good. Like she didn't mean too much to me anyway. That's you playing the fucking facade as he's doing right here. Okay? Like can we understand that? Can we understand that sometimes we lie to our friends and we lie to ourselves to hide our own emotions? Okay, so that's exactly what's happening here.
わかんね
So he's like, yeah, who knows? And Armin is like, I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit. Like, stop being a fucking edgelord.
わかんねえじゃないだろう。僕
And pretty much Armin calls him on shit. Like, dude, stop being this fucking emo retarded kid and just tell me how you really feel. And then now that the mask is off, because he's saying right here, do you think you can just tell her to forget about you and be done with it? Like, tell me how you really, really fucking feel. And that's when he just breaks down. He has a fucking mental breakdown. He's like, dude, I don't want her.
できるなんて一生俺だけを思って
Like, how many, like, again, let's go back to the same example that I was telling you. How many, when you were broken up with by a girl and your friends was like, hey man, you okay? And you're like, yeah man, I'm cool. Yeah, like it's cool, man. It's cool, man. And then you go back home and you're crying because you miss her or something. Like that's exactly what's happening here. He was putting his stupid fucking facade of an edgelord. Armin called him out on the shit. Like, dude, don't give me that shit. Do you honestly think that what you do, like, that Mikasa is just really going to forget and find another guy? And he's like, no, I want her to like want me. I want to stay with her for the rest of her life, even after I die. I want her to hang up on me for at least like 10 years. But then look at what he says after.
今のはミカサに
Please don't tell Mikasa about this. He's just a guy, dude. He's just a fucking human with emotions. He's not a fucking 2D shonen character that only looks for the good in people and fights the evil guy. He's a fucking complex character. Very human. And then look at what he says. I want her to be happy. I really do, because that's the thing with us. Like, again, you broke up with a girl or a girl broke up with you. You're like, dude, yes, I want her to be happy. I want her to be happy because of me, but at the end of the day, I still want her to be happy. This is a fucking human talking. This is a person with more than two personality traits. Is a human emotion too fucking hard to comprehend? And yes, he will die in fucking 4 years, man. Like, come on. Come the fuck on. So, yes, it is consistent with his character because Eren is an emotional character. Eren is a very emotional character. So, yes, it is a fucking plain as day, man.
Ages. And mind you, an incredibly important thematic change. Sure, does it like kind of clear Eren's name so everyone can be like, oh, he was a good guy? Sort of. Because here's the thing. Attack on Titan is incredibly complicated because the idea of free will doesn't really exist. See, the reason that Eren was crying after Historia touched him is because he saw the future that was going to happen. He saw that he was going to have to stomp out 80% of humanity. And so everybody's like, oh, Eren, thank you so much for taking on this burden for us. But like, all right, here's the thing. When Eren is talking to Armin, he reveals to Armin that when Bertholdt is gonna die at the hands of the Smiling Titan, way in the beginning of AOT, that the reason that the Smiling Titan actually went to Eren's house and ate his mother is because Eren controlled the Smiling Titan to do that, showing that Eren was able to go back in time to make sure that this current future happened. What does that tell us? That tells us that Eren was able to make real life changes in history to ensure that an individual timeline happened. Because if Bertholdt died at the hands of the Smiling Titan, then Armin never would have been able to eat Bertholdt, and he wouldn't have gotten the Colossal Titan power, and then he wouldn't have been able to use the Colossal Titan power to kill Eren. That makes sense, unless you think about it. What this 3 or 4 panel moment tells us is not only did Eren decide to distract the Smiling Titan by having it eat his own mother, I mean, there's so many other ways we could have distracted it. Not to mention, with the power of the Founding Titan, he could have just simply had it turn around. Hell, with the power of the Founding Titan, he could have had it rip out its own nape. But what this tells us is that Eren has the capacity to change the past to make sure that individual futures happen, which means he could have just made sure this future didn't happen. If you
And are we like, is my guy and his on point makeup going to forget that Eren actually fucking says in the ending scene, I saw every possibility, every single possibility, and this was the only one where I could achieve giving you guys freedom and a long lasting life. He says that. So yes, it was important for Eren to see his mom die. So he had the motivation and for everything to happen consequently. But if he had not done that, like I said previously, none of that would have happened. And eventually Marley was going to commit the atrocities. So here's the fucking point. Eren says it. If I don't destroy the world is going to destroy us, pretty much. He says this to Mikasa. Look, Mikasa, if we run together and we live the rest of our 4 years, of my 4 years remaining on this earth, Marley is going to destroy the living shit out of us. Marley, in the first episode of the 4th episode of season 4, they say that humanity is reaching a point in technology that is surpassing the power of the Titans. So eventually, humanity was going to reach a point where the Titans were no longer going to be a threat, and the entire island of Paradise would have been destroyed. Would have been fucking destroyed. So, as Eren says, I looked at every single outcome. I looked at every possibility, and I tried my best to change things here and there to try to evade everything that is happening right now, but I couldn't. This was the only way. It was like Doctor Strange. It was exactly like Doctor Strange. Like, I looked at all the possibilities. Only in one we win. Only in one. So, yes, I'm sorry, my guy. Like, I am so sorry, but it is explained in the show that this was the way it needed to happen in order for Eren to achieve his goal. Like, and again, let's remember, let's remember, please, that Eren did not want to reach world peace. He wanted to ensure long freedom, long-lasting lives and freedom to his friends. He did that. He did all of this for his friends. Is that selfish of him? Yes, it's fucking selfish. But that's the character that we're dealing with. A kid with the power of God doing what he wanted. So, yeah, let's not forget that Eren's goal is not to save the world, like change like the stop global warming and shit. No, he just wants to ensure that his um friends were going to have a happy life. So technically, there you go. He had a goal in mind, and he was going to do whatever he needed to do to achieve that goal. And he says it to Armin. I looked at every single possibility and I tried to change as many things as possible. And this is the only way where I achieve what I wanted. Period. So, yes, my guy, you're absolutely correct. He could have changed the past to where his mom wouldn't die. But if that had happened, there was going to be a point during his lifetime where it was either going to be Marley or the rest of the world would have destroyed Paradise. So, do you see where I'm going with that? Do you see where I'm going with this? Like, let me ask you something, guys. Right now that I just explained that whole point, am I making sense? Like, what I'm making, does it make sense what I'm saying? Like, do you see my point? Or like, you know what I mean? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, because I'm trying to give you as much evidence and understanding as possible. Like, that's what I'm trying. Like, this guy is just like talking about like, oh yeah, this fucking sucks because this was never explained. And I'm like, the fuck, it was explained. It was absolutely explained. So come on, like, again, give me a fucking good argument. And so far, all of his arguments revolve around one single common denominator. He missed the fucking point. He was not paying attention to the series because he was too busy making his eyeliner look on point. So, anyways, he says right now, oh, well, that's the problem. The problem is that we Eren changed from this edgelord into this Mushi guy. Well, he was always that way. Eren was always that way. And he's like, well, he could have changed the past. Yeah, but if he had changed the past, as he says it on the fucking show, they would have been doomed. This was the only way where he could achieve the thing he wanted. So he went into it. Clearly, my guy did not look at the show. He did not pay attention. Come on, man. Come on.
You can make actual changes in history to ensure that a future that you know is going to happen will happen. What would happen if, hypothetically, Eren didn't interfere with the Smiling Titan and the Smiling Titan ate Bertholdt? The future changes because now Dina is back and she's the Colossal Titan. So if Eren has the ability to manipulate the past to make sure that a certain future happens, he could also manipulate the past to try to make sure that a different future happens. Which, like, you could make a future where you don't have to kill 80% of humanity.
And like I said, Eren fucking says it. He says it like to Armin. I looked at every possibility and this was the only way, because it was either this or we die, all of us. It is established in the show that the power of Titans are coming to an end because humanity is reaching a point in technology where the Titans are not going to be a threat anymore. So it was literally coming to a point where if this hadn't happened, they would have all died by the hands of the rest of the world.
It's not a crazy idea. And speaking of waffling, it's
You know what's a crazy idea? Paying attention to the goddamn show, man.
then revealed that Eren, even though he was all cool, calm, and collected to Mikasa, and he was like, I want you to move on, is actually just kind of a whiny child. As after Armin punches him and says, oh, how dare you treat Mikasa like that, he's like, I don't want Mikasa to move on. I want her to think about me for a long time. Which, by the way, incredibly selfish. She should move on. And two, once again, represents a massive waffling in theme. But then the
No, it fucking doesn't, man. What the fuck? I just explained. And I will briefly explain again how this, let's simplify it. Eren played a cool, collected fucking character so his friends would go against him because he needed his friends to be the one to kill him. And he knew that he needed to become such an evil fucking monster. So that's why he was always stoic. He was always fucking just like, calm and collected. Because that actually goes in contradiction to the rest of his character, because he is a very passionate and very like emotional kid since the beginning. He's just a hothead and everything. So he needed to become this other character in order to present the world with this fucking with this devil, and for his friends to really forget how much they sorry. Wait, what? Ivan, it's simple. He has a picture of Eren that isn't accurate, and he's angry that it wasn't carried out. Exactly. That's the thing. The Edgelord Eren actually goes in contradiction to his character, because he's always emotional. He's hot-headed. He's going for it. Like he's that character. So becoming an Edgelord, just like calm and calculated, was going against his character. Then, like I said, at the beginning of the fucking scene, Armin is like, hey, so you want Mikasa to just kind of forget about you? And he's like, yeah, I mean, who knows? Like I said, he's just like, oh, yeah, man. Punches him, like, hey, don't give me that shit. Tell me what you actually want. And then he's like crying. He's like, yeah, I want her to be happy, though, but I don't want her to forget about me. That's how I really feel. The mask is fucking off. And he's telling us how he really feels. That's the emotional Eren. That's the Eren that actually, the actual consistent character Eren. What the fuck, man? Is that? I saw this. Where was this comment that I saw? It was fucking yeah. Has this guy ever fallen in love? I don't think so, man. I think he's only fallen in love with his body pillow. Because goddamn, like he clearly doesn't have enough human experiences to understand when a person is just trying to lie to himself and play it cool, and then just breaks down because he's literally sad that he lost it. God damn it! Like, not everyone is fucking Light Yagami and fucking Lelouch from Code Geass. Exactly, Direwolf. Like every single person that didn't like the ending has the same common denominator of like, well, Eren went in a contradiction to his character. Like, did you not watch the first 3 seasons where he is just an emotional, hot-headed piece of shit? Where he's just like acting on impulse? The first 3 seasons, and then he suddenly becomes cool for all of you edgelords that don't leave Hot Topic. Like, he becomes suddenly like cool, and he's like, oh yeah, I want Eren to destroy the world. Like, actually, the cool, collected Eren goes in contradiction to his character. And then we finally see him without the mask, and he's like crying to Armin, like, no, man, I love you. I love all of you. But I had to do this to ensure that you were going to have a happy, free life. Calm the fuck on, man. God. Man.
waffling gets even worse because after Eren dies, everybody who turned into pure Titans just alive again because now the power of the
Yeah, because they were not dead, you fucking idiot. They were turned into Titans, and then the Titan curse was lifted. So they returned back into normal humans. I mean, how the fuck are you going to say, oh, why aren't they dead? Why does every other Titan user doesn't die? Like, why does Reiner can go back to being a human after being in the armor Titan? You know? Like, why? Well, that would have happened with this guy's logic. Yeah, they were pure Titans, but they were not killed. So they returned into humans after the Titan curse was lifted. Dude, you are as dense as your eyeliner. God damn it.
Titans are gone. So all pure Titans
And he has a okay. I'm gonna shut up on that one. I'm not gonna make that a point.
are turned back into humans. So why were all these people turned into pure Titans? Did they help the founding Titan defeat Reiner? We don't know.
No, they were trying to stop Reiner, but they did not succeed. Like, is that too hard to understand?
Eren dies, and then the centipede thing just disappears. We don't see Reiner defeated. We barely see Reiner battle against the pure Titans. And what's crazier than all of us is the fact that
Yeah, because after Eren dies, there is no connection to the Titans. There's no host anymore. The Centipede needed Eren because Eren was the host of the founding Titan. After that, the connection is broken. It's like the symbiote connected to Venom. Okay, then you take Eddie Brock from the symbiote and you destroy Eddie. The symbiote just like melts because it doesn't have its DNA source now. I mean, really, like, is that too fucking hard to understand? Like, I'm really trying to simplify this as much as possible. Yeah, chill. He's just giving his opinion. Yeah, a very shitty opinion at that. Yeah, he's having his opinion, and he's more than welcome to react to my video if he wants to. I'm just passionate about this. That's just the way I am. So, I mean, that's literally it, you know? I'm just passionate. And I'm also being entertaining for my audience. Deal with it. What's up, Tris? Nice to see you. He did say though. He did say that he could have come up like he had a better ending or anything. I'm still waiting to hear his better ending. Just saying.
the centipede just kind of gives up on getting Eren's head because Eren kind of reconnects his own head by becoming a colossal titan. So does the founding titan centipede thing die with Eren? We don't know.
Yes, we do. God damn it. I just explained it, you know?
And if that's not annoying enough, there's also the fact that every single one of the people who
And here it is. Having an opinion doesn't mean you can't be challenging it. That's the thing. I've been posting on I've been posting on Twitter all day long. Please challenge me. Challenge me. I want people to challenge me because I fucking love Attack on Titan and I will defend it. And yes, I do want people to come to me and say, here's my point. And then I will say, okay, I'm going to prove that maybe your point is wrong or whatever. If you have a good point, you have a good point and I'll give it to you. So far, this guy has not had any good points whatsoever because I've been able to just say there's evidence to prove the contrary, you know? So yes, by all means, I want people to challenge me. I want people to come to me and say, no, Attack on Titan is the worst piece of shit I've ever watched. And then tell me why. And I want to be challenged like that. It's the fun of it. It's very, very, very fun to be, have a conversation where your points are challenged and you have to defend them. I think that's the beauty of human conversations, to be honest with you. And thank you so much, Coconut. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Hey, bro, after this, you should watch Every Reason Why Attack on Titan is objectively god awful. Dude, I will watch it, but probably tomorrow because I've already watched this thing and it's almost been a 2-hour stream and we're close to being done, but still, like, I don't think I can watch another one just because I still have other things to do. But okay, let's continue with my guy.
was turned into pure titans were just death baited. Gabby's family gets back together, Annie's family gets back together, Gene and Connie are fine, which leads a lot of people to think like, oh yay, they're back. But like there was no reason for them to be turned into pure titans, and it kind of just sullies the moment.
Again, there was a reason, because this parasite wanted to survive.
It also leads to this moment where the Marleyans and the Eldians now no longer trust each other because all of the Eldians just turned into Titans and killed a bunch of them. So all of the Eldians are like, look, we don't have powers anymore. Put your guns down. And Armin has to step up as the now new
Eren got away easily for killing 80%. What a mid-series. What do you mean he got away? He got killed. He fucking died. What do you mean he got away? And honestly, the moment anyone starts using the word mid, your argument to me loses like 50% of respect, because like you could articulate your words a little bit better than using the common like trusty word that everyone uses to save yourself from like actually making a good compelling argument. Mid. It's just fucking mid. Like, you know, you use a better vocabulary. I try my fucking best. Yeah, he got killed, and that is freedom. Yeah, but he doesn't get to live with his friends, which he wanted. He wanted to live a happy life with his friends, but he couldn't. So he died, and he suffered, and he cried, saying like, I don't want to die, and I will see you in hell. Like, he did not got away easily. He just suffered. Literally, Eren suffered the entire duration of the series. And he was able to give his friends what he wanted, but he just died knowing that he could not ever get to be with them. Him killing his friends in the process is going to haunt him as long as he breathes. It's way better than that's more suffering. It's way better that's more suffering. Okay, I see what you're trying to write, but like that's the thing. Like, you have this genocidal like fucking lunatic. You need to stop him, and clearly putting him in jail like is not gonna do the job, because he can clearly escape from it. So you need to stop him. You need to kill him. Like, yeah, I mean, probably you want him to like suffer forever and ever in the depths of hell, which most likely he's going to, you know. But at the same time, in order to save the rest of the people, he needed to be stopped like right there. And that's the thing. Like, how many times do we have like convict criminals that just get killed because they no longer need to be alive because they're so fucking bad at it? You know, they're so evil. So, and you can say like, oh yeah, they got off easily, and that's the same thing with Eren. Like, yeah, do you want maybe to Eren have more punishment? Yeah, 100%. Like, valid for you to want that. But at the end of the day, it was more important to save the world than to make sure that this little shit got enough like suffering. Like, he already suffered the entire series knowing that he was going to do this, and he just like, let's not forget this particular scene, to your point. Right here. Eren got some this little scene. Let's not forget this little scene, just for like, you know, for the sake of argument, where he is crying. He sees this kid crying, and he knows what he's going to do, you know, and he's crying. And then Mikasa comes in,
不要だってことが分かっているの
and he's still crying. Like, Eren was fucking suffering. He was suffering all the way. Like, since he realized what it was going to happen, he was just suffering. So, I mean, if you put it that way, like, oh, he needed more suffering. Like, the guy suffered. Like, he lived with his conscience, and he separated from his friends, his loved ones. he was living a living hell for a couple of years. So when you say that, oh, he got off easily, yeah, he suffered a fucking living hell, you know? So yeah, I don't think he actually got off that easily, because the last years of his life were just suffering and regret, but he had to do it. So again, give me another one, man. Give me another one. And I'll prove it to you. You know. All right, let's continue watching my guy right here.
New MC of the story and be like, I'm Armin, I just killed the Attack Titan, we don't have powers anymore. See, because here's the thing. While I thought killing Connie and Jean and Gabby's family and Annie's family was stupid and pointless, it only becomes more stupid and pointless when you actually don't kill them. Also, here's the thing. Obviously, Eren dies and the power of the Titans disappears, right? And it's like, loosely implied that the reason that happens is because Mikasa was chosen by Ymir to release Ymir from 2,000 years of servitude by killing Eren with love. They never say. And while admittedly, Eren didn't know.
They did say, though. That's the point. They did say that Ymir saw how to break the bond of toxic ass love with, like, you know, a good connection. So yeah, they did say it.
What was going to happen after he died, so we didn't know that everybody was going to lose their Titan abilities. But how did that never cross anybody's mind? Oh, let's use the Founding Titan's ability to euthanize all Eldians. Oh, let's use the Founding Titan's ability to cause the rumbling. Hey, what if we just cut the power off at the source? That should have been option one.
But what happened? Like, okay, let's say, okay, let's cut the power of the source. Okay, let's say in a hypothetical scenario that actually happens. Okay, so let's go and take into consideration that they cut the power of the Titans. What the fuck happened even after the Marlians at the end? The Marlians got to see that the Titans were out. Like, there was no more power. They were holding them at gunpoint, saying like, we don't believe you, prove it to us. And it was until Armin was like, hey, I'm an Eldian and I just killed Eren Yeager, let's fucking talk right now. So there you have it. Even if they had this, like, lifted the Titan curse, the Titan curse, the rest of the world was not going to believe it. They needed more than just like them coming to them and be like, oh, guess what? We're not Titans anymore. Yay. Like, they were not going to believe that. Because even if it happened like in front of their own eyes, they were still in denial. They were like, we're still holding you at gunpoint. So like, you see what I mean? And that happened literally like 2 minutes after. So, like, come on, my guy.
Nick, the rumbling and Eren's death accomplished so much.
Did it? The ending of the manga is literally just telling us that Paradise Island is still incredibly Jaegerist and that they're actively ramping up their military so that they can go and finish what Eren started. Well, the rest of the world is still incredibly skittish at the concept of Eldians because they just killed 8 out of 10 people. But Armin's like, don't worry, the world will always be in conflict. What? No, after...
Yeah, the world will always be at conflict. Like, again, tell me, in the past 100 years, how many years have we had of no war? And again, like, this little scene that he's talking about, where like the land of Paradise is like in shambles, that happens. Like, the island of Paradise does get destroyed, but like fucking hundreds and hundreds of years after. So yes,
a war that kills 80% of humanity, maybe we figure this whole peace thing out, because the country of Eldia, which is now probably...
This happens hundreds of years later, not the next day.
the strongest military force on Earth because no squishies is ramping up their military to go kill the remaining 20% of people, which means Eldians and Marlians have not come together. And sure, the tones of the end of the manga are, oh, Annie and Reiner are gonna work with Armin and Mikasa, and Marlians and Eldians are gonna come together and we're gonna find peace. But like Historia, one of the most beloved characters in all of AOT, is ramping up the militarization efforts of Paradise Island. And it's like, sure, I get that the 7 of you are close friends, but like, effectively, what did Eren doing the rumbling accomplish? Like, we get
It accomplished peace
For hundreds of years, for civilization to start over,
and for his friends to have a long freedom, a long free life. Again, Eren did not want to save the fucking world. He just wanted to ensure that his friends would live a happy life. He was not concerned about the rest of the fucking world. Again, Eren's goal was to ensure that his friends would live a happy life and that there would be no retaliation against them. And he accomplished that. He was not concerned about global warming. He was not concerned about equality and representation in movies. Like, he did not give a fuck about anything other than his friends. He fucking spells it out, my guy. And he right now, this guy is talking as if Eren's mission was to bring world peace. That was never the fucking point.
it was just his friends,
Which he accomplished for 100 years and more, until civilization like came back again.
to see Armin and everybody returning to, I guess now, New Eldia 3 years after the rumbling is over. Well, it is a possibility that they'll be welcomed with open arms. On the ship, they're like, I wonder if they're going to shoot our ship down. Cool, Eren made you guys the heroes. Now your own island hates you. And it only cost billions of people. But don't worry, Eren was doing it for a good cause. Oh yeah, and Eren's a bird now. So I guess 2 Titan shifters have found the...
I love how people hold on to the, oh, Eren is a bird. Dude, it was just fucking metaphorical. Like, let's yeah, it's a representation that, oh, Eren is with you in spirit or some shit like that. But come on. Like, people think, like, this is an actual point that I've seen. Like, Eren was reborn as a bird. No, bitch, it's just a little representation. Like, it's a little metaphor. Like, Eren is in spirit, and he, as the bird, is free. Like, he's dead, and the spirit is fucking gone, you know? Like, it's just a little fucking, like, visual metaphor. That's not too hard to understand, my guy. It's not too hard to understand. It's not too hard to understand. It's like, if you read a book like fucking Twilight, which I bet he's read them all. I bet he's like, oh, here it says and his eyes were like two pairs of flashlights. Is he going to be like, oh, well, where does the flashlight go? Like, does he turn it on through his brain? Like, I don't know. Dude, it's a fucking metaphor. You know, it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor. Are you going on Mark's channel when he's review? Yeah, I'm going to Mark's channel tomorrow. I cannot wait to go to Mark's channel because I know there's an indicator guy over there, and I'm ready. I'm ready to rumble his ass on a debate. I am so fucking ready. People can grasp metaphors. They're dumb. I agree. I don't think he's a little bird watching Mikasa get her cheese clapped the next day. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, it's just a symbolic representation.
The ability to fly. Listen, when it comes down to it, the ending of Attack on Titan is just so scattershot. There's no adherence to any overarching themes. Everybody...
The whole fucking theme is that the world will always find a way to destroy itself because there's always going to be sides, which is fucking clearly stated from the get-go. From the freaking get-go.
He is switching sides constantly.
Yeah, switching sides because, again, another point of the story is
when you talk to your enemy, you realize that you have more in common than you have against. So that's why they switch sides, because we don't live in a 2D world, in a world where there's only one personality trait per character, because we live in a complex society where you change your mind, you evolve, you grow. Period. Like exactly what Marco said. We haven't talked about it yet. We haven't talked this over yet. Come on. Like, come on. Are you so fucking dense that you've never changed your opinion about anything ever in your life? Come on.
Nothing gets accomplished, and
Eren accomplishes his fucking goal of giving his friends freedom and to live a happy life, as well as people that were so inherently racist against one another got to know each other and understand that we needed to talk things over. Yeah, it's not always easy, it's not always pleasant, but if we talk and we come to a consensus, we will realize that we're not so different one from the other. God fucking damn it.
and Eren's dead. Why Mikasa was able to break the cycle and free everybody from Titan powers, we're not entirely sure. How the Founding Titans abilities work and how that ties into Ymir and the centipede thing, we also don't really know.
Okay.
If you really genuinely want to feel like all of this meant nothing, you could read chapter 139.5, which I don't know if they're going to adapt to the anime or not, where after Eren's head being buried in the ground by Mikasa, it grows a giant tree. A giant tree that after a couple of hundred years eventually forms a cavernous-like mouth. A cavernous-like mouth, kind of like the cavernous-like mouth that Ymir fell into after being hunted down. The boy and his dog discover said tree, which is very clearly telling us that the cycle is going to restart again and that he's going to get Founding Titan abilities. And that while Ymir has been freed from her shackles by her possible daughter Mikasa, this boy is going to probably become the new Ymir. And nothing means anything.
God fucking damn it. You are as thick and dense as your makeup. God damn it. Okay. So it's never clearly stated whether he's going to get Founding Titan powers or not. What is clearly stated is that society destroyed itself. It destroyed itself, and this is probably a way to reborn, like how the cycles are always in motion. It's not meant to be like, oh, here comes Attack on Titan, like the aftermath or some shit like that. No, it just means like the whole point of the story, well, one of the points of the story is to bring to cycle. Like, dude, 2000 years ago they were fighting for some shit. 2000 years later they were still fighting for the same shit. 2000 years after they will still find a way to fight for the same stupid shit. So you clearly missed the point. You don't understand metaphors clearly. You don't understand like just a little bit beyond, like, let me spell it out for you. No, like, dude, come on. It's not that difficult. It's not, we're not talking about a fucking Stanley Kubrick movie. This is beautiful writing. This is an amazing story, but it's definitely more complex than the fucking Paw Patrol. Maybe Paw Patrol is suited for this guy's intellect.
It's bad. The way that I would have fixed this ending is...
Oh, please tell me. How would you would have fixed this ending? Oh, I am so ready. Oh, I'm so fucking ready. How would you fix this ending?
It's very simple. There's one of two ways to do it. The first is just keep Eren evil. Don't be like...
Just keep Eren being the edgelord that I want to be, because I'm still insecure and I want like everyone to die because just keep Eren being the edgelord that I want to be. God fucking damn it. That would go in contrary to Eren's character, because he's not an edgelord. He's just trying to do what he can to ensure the peace and freedom for his friends and the people he cares about. He played a fucking character. And again, I've pulled up the scene plenty of times. I've pulled it up so many times where he tells where he's playing the character of being cool and collected, and then Army is like, dude, stop with the fucking charade. You're not that person. Tell me how you really feel. And yeah, I knew this guy wants Eren to be the edgelord. Sorry, but Eren is not gonna be wearing eyeliner like you, man.
Like, oh, he was doing it for us because he saw the future. Just have him stick to his guns and be like, hey, listen.
He stuck to his guns. His guns was to level the field and ensure that his friends were going to have a life. That's what he wanted.
It's either they're going to destroy us or we destroy them, and I decided to pull the trigger first. Infinitely more compelling. Also introduced.
It's not. It's very simple, and that would have ruined the fucking series, because that would be a contradiction on Eren's actual character, which clearly you don't understand Eren as a character.
Is significantly less plot holes. You can run with the themes that absolute power corrupts absolutely, and that sometimes the hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Oh, come on, Thanos. Come on. I'm pretty sure this guy was rooting for Thanos at the movie theater. Like, yeah, he's correct. Yeah, balance.
Eren died doing what he believed was right. Or you could say that the Founding Titan was corrupting the way that Eren was thinking, and it forced him into the situation. And therefore, after he's decapitated in his Founding Titan form and the centipede crawls out of him, he, while losing the power of the Founding Titan, still retains the Attack Titan's powers, which he then uses to assist everybody in the battle against the Founding Titan. They're both.
But dude, again, let me explain to you the Venom thing again. The symbiote can't do shit without the host. First of all, the symbiote just wants to live. That's the only thing it wants. The symbiote just wants to live. It needs a fucking host. So the symbiote is not going to suddenly become Venom and attack people. Exactly. This is Hollywood's writer mentality. This is literally Hollywood's writer mentality, where they're not like thinking into like consequences and previous setups and character motivations. This guy does not understand character motivation. He sees flashing lights and edgelord and like cool darkness. Oh yeah, it's time to bring my fishnet and black gloves. Oh, hold on. When I was a young boy, yeah. Sorry, guy. Like, sorry. I'm sorry.
Objectively much simpler endings than Attack.
Yeah, objectively simple is what I would describe your perception of stories. And since when do we have Asian girl like in the background just checking her phone? Like
on Titan's current ending, but they could also both technically accomplish what Eren was trying to accomplish. Let's say Eren does die as the big bad. Still, everybody who killed him is viewed.
I didn't like the ending, but this guy has terrible suggestions. Are you talking about me or are you talking about eyeliner dude? I really want to know, because that honestly, that comment could be applied to me and to him, depending on your perspective. Okay, I really want to hear this. All right, hold on.
Let's say Eren does die as the big bad. Still, everybody who killed him is viewed as a hero of Paradise. The Marleyans would acknowledge the fact that some members from Eldia hold true virtues in their heart. Then the Marleyans could reach out to Eldia and say, we have no beef with you. We understand that you were put in this situation over generations of hatred. In fact, in I believe chapter 135, when the Marleyan captain is watching the rumbling come in, he makes the revelation that if he survives this moment, he will never treat an Eldian with unjust hate ever again, as this monster, that is Eren's Founding Titan form, was created through hatred. And that right there should have been the take-home message. However, that gets thrown out the window. Sure, some Marleyans strap on the boots to help Eldia, but the take-home message should have been that Armin and all the other Eldians stepping up to destroy the strongest Eldian in existence showed the rest of the world that peace can exist between the two factions. However, for some reason, the manga is committed to the idea that conflict will never end, and thus
yeah, because that's the whole point of the fucking story. Like, they achieve peace. They get to they get to a treaty. They get to a peaceful state for a couple hundreds of years, and after a couple hundreds of years, society just finds a new enemy. That's the way it is. That's the way the world works. That's the way even this world works. It has been established that there's been conflict for thousands of fucking years.
That's it.
I didn't care for the ending, but the whip commander needs to get off the edge lord. Aaron didn't have the need to be an edge lord, has never been the anti-hero. Exactly. As unfortunate as that is, but I agree that it's necessary. It's just hard in this day and age. Necessary about what though? Like my guy. It's okay.
Everything that Aaron did is irrelevant. In the circumstance that
It is
Aaron gets
fucking-
decapitated and has the battle
It is fucking like God damn it.
I am so tired of repeating myself, like the same points, because that just goes to show you how little he actually understands of the story, because every point he makes comes to the same to the same explanation. Like, you don't understand character motivation, you don't understand characters in general, you don't see beyond a one character trait in any character of any story, and you wanted it to be spelled out to you, and you didn't pay attention to like setups and foreshadowing. Clearly. Thank you, Titer. Well, I'm convinced. I like the ending, especially for how human Aaron was written. Awesome. I'm really glad. I'm really glad. And here we have an example of character development, of progression, of you changing your mind, just like the Eldians did to the Marlians, and just the Marlians to the Eldians. This is real world. Like, you get to talk it over. You may be convinced, you might not be convinced, and that's it. Like, and this guy, like earlier in the day, he was talking about like, oh, like, how is it, like, it doesn't make sense that they keep switching sides. Bitch, like, that's exactly how the world works. You grow and you like change opinions, and you grow. That's what like, you evolve, you become a better, wiser person. You don't stay like, oh, I was born to be the side character, I'm gonna be the side character. I was born to be the comedy relief, I'm just gonna be the comedy relief. Like, come on.
battle against the Bounding Titan as the Attack Titan. This would also serve as an incredible moment of everybody not only realizing that the Eldians that came to attack Eren are for the side of humanity, but also Eren is actively trying to destroy Titan powers. And the Marlians, upon watching something like this happen, realize that the Eldians don't want this curse either, that the Eldians want to find a way to coexist with the rest of humanity. They're willing to undergo losing their one edge that they hold over humanity, Titan powers, if it means they can do that. Once again, buying into the grander scheme of peace on Earth. But we didn't get that, because
That's not the point of the story. The point was never, let's bring peace to the world. Like, he's angry that his point that he morphed in his brain didn't get to be, because it was never the point of the story to bring peace to the world. It was never the point of the story.
well, at least according to me, the ending.
The biggest issue for me was the manga undercutting Eren by making admit to not having a choice. I'd rather that Eren believes it to be the most rational decision. But he does, though. Like, legit, he does. If you watch the last episode, I think it's better explained. But Eren does tell Armin, hey, I looked at every single possibility, and this is the possibility where I get to give you guys what I want. Yes, I could change the world, I could change a lot of things, but what I want is for you guys to be happy, and for you guys to like live a free, happy life, long-lasting life, where you're not bound and persecuted. And this is the way I can do it. This is the only way. So it's not like he didn't have a choice. He had the choice to do whatever the fuck he wanted, but he wanted one outcome. And there was only one way to achieve that outcome, and that's the way he did it. And he even says it. I tried to change a couple of things here and there to make sure like we didn't get to this point, but this is the only way where I can give you the one thing I want to give you. So it's not like he didn't have a choice. He had the choice to do whatever he wanted. He was just doing, this is the thing. This is the only thing. You know? Does that make sense? By doing this, Isayama cucked out on Eren. Like, he did not cuck out on Eren's character arc. Like, he literally made a point that if you realize,
Like if you realize, yeah, but Aaron says he didn't have a choice, which I felt was him making excuses. Like, how many times have you done something and you're like, I just didn't have a choice. Like, that's the only thing I could think of. Aaron says, like Aaron does say, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot with a lot of power. It's never presented in the story that Aaron is smart. So his vision is not necessarily like the most complex. Like he's not a fucking genius. Probably there's other possible ways. And he was just like, hey, this is the only thing I could think of. I was compelled to do this. I needed to do this in order to give you guys what I want. So it's not like that Isayama cocked out on Aaron's character arc, because Aaron's character, the point of Aaron's character was to be the only one to remain the same while everyone changed. If you realize, every single character goes through a character arc. The only one that doesn't is the one that it's being called a child, a hothead, and stubborn all throughout the series, and that is Aaron. Aaron is not supposed to really have necessarily a character progression. Everyone else does. Mikasa goes through a character arc, Armin does, even like fucking even Annie's mom goes through a character, not Aaron's mom, Annie's dad, even Annie's dad goes through a character arc. Reiner's mom goes through a character arc. Like even the fucking sidekick, even like the tree over there goes through a character arc. Everyone goes through a character arc, except the one character that is always called stubborn, childish, and hot-headed, and that is Aaron. That is the whole point. That is the whole point of Aaron's character, to be always a child. That's why he's presented when like the rumbling starts to happen. He's presented as a kid because that's what he is, and he's like, "This is freedom, yay!" Because like they try to give you the metaphorical representation that he's always a kid. He's always been a kid. Like the guy is not even 20 years old, and the only thing he's known is this like hot-headed, like blind rage since he was a kid. And everyone got to like learn and be and change and grow. And yes, Aaron does grow, but at the end of the day, he's the one that grows the least. And it's always said at the very end, you hot-headed suicidal maniac. You know, I just don't like that they revealed Aaron was faking it the entire time. That's a preference. That is actually your preference, that you don't like that Aaron was faking being an edgelord. But being an edgelord was a contradiction to his character. Like I said, at the like from the get-go. Like, and actually let me show you this scene to drive the point. Aaron was being an edgelord here, and when Mikasa approached him, as he saw the kid run and he knew what's going to happen, he cries because secretly, like he's always been caring, and he's just this fucking heart of like pain and suffering. Let me remind you of another scene. Let me remind you of another scene. Aaron in Train with Friends. Here.
そんなじ
What does Aaron say here right here?
だろ
When everyone's like, I want to inherit the founding titan
お前らが大事
because you're important to me more than anyone else. Aaron has always been a very hot-headed, stubborn piece of shit kid, but he's always loved his friends more than anything. So becoming this edgelord, dark person, very calm and calculated, it was actually very, very much in line with a like character, quote unquote, assassination, because Aaron is not like that. It's never been set up like that. So here you have like edgelord Aaron, and it's like, okay, then you get to like, yeah, he's been like right here you say like he was faking it the entire time. Yeah, he was faking it. I personally would have kept a lot of things the same, but only have Aaron break when Armin tells him they'll both being held together. I mean, he does, like, he's always breaking. That's the thing. Eren is always like in the breaking point of tears. And that's why he's always crying so much. Like, I can pull up many scenes where you can see that Eren is just fucking crying because he's just suffering. I understand that he's not an edgelord. That's not a okay. But tell me, what's your argument? Because you say that you don't like that Eren was faking it the entire time. So you did like the fact that he was like this calculated mass murderer, maybe, or what is your argument? Because, like I said, you know, you don't like that Eren was faking it, but that goes in line with Eren's character. So you don't understand that. If you don't like that he was faking it, but then you need to also realize, like, okay, he was faking it. I don't like that he was faking it, but I understand that that's his character. Like, I'm not saying that he was poorly written because of it. It's just a personal decision that you would have liked for him to remain a cold-hearted mass murderer. You know what I mean? Or if that's not the case, please do tell me what your argument is, because I felt like Eren would have tried to keep a brave face for his friend's sake for as long as possible. I mean, technically, that's kind of what he did. If you like check it out, like, he did only to break when Armin sees right through it. Like, he does, though. He does. Let me show you. Let me just show you. Eren talks with Armin. Ending. He does.
And I'm about to prove it to you. Okay?
Here. Check this out.
So in this conversation,
like, he's calm and collected, right? He's like serious. He's just like stoic and everything. And then Armin is like, hey, do you think she's just going to forget about you and just like live happily, just like you want? And his response is like calm and collected, like, yeah. Who knows, man? You know, like, I'm cool. I'm chill. Like, you know. Then what happens? Armin goes and says, don't give me that shit. Literally, don't give me that. I don't remember ever forgiving you. What are you thinking about disregarding Mikasa's love like that? Like, Armin just calls him out on his shit. And then what happens? Like, literally what happens after? He cries. That's when he breaks. Like, that's when we get to see real Eren again. Like, we're not talking about the calm collected that during this entire conversation, he was talking nonchalantly to Armin, like, yeah, man. Yeah, I had to do it. It's the way it is, man. Like, he was very calm and collected throughout this entire conversation until Armin called him out on his shit. And that's when he broke. And that's when he started crying. And that's when he was like, dude, I just want her for me. I want to be with you guys. I was trying my best, but no. Like, I do want her to, like, be happy. And even Armin's like, dude, that was very pathetic. Like, very, but that's who Eren is. You know, that's who Eren is. The problem with Isayama's writing style is that he likes to undercut characters that have shown to be menacing or competent to show us that they're actually human underneath it all. Yeah, that's called, like, writing good characters. That means that you don't write, especially for a story. Like, let me put it to you this way. The point of this story is to show you that there's good people that do horrible things with good intentions, and there's bad people that do horrible things with bad intentions, and there's just people. That's called being a human. I'm pretty sure you have hurt people that you didn't mean to, and that doesn't make you a bad person. You know, it's just character depth. It's not just being a Disney villain because they're just villains. No, they're human, and Eren is a very human character. So yeah, they just don't have a single personality trait that he's the villain, he's the hero, that's it. Like, for example, in Demon Slayer, Muzan is just fucking evil and Tanjiro is fucking good. That's it. Like it's a very simple story, very easy to digest. Here we're talking about a story that really wants to drive point that we have a human world and human emotions, and they're always trying to solve conflict, but getting to more conflict and everything. The thing that I feel is that Eren regrets back to season 2 instead of being Eren from season 3. The thing is that Eren was the same throughout the first 3 seasons. Technically, he does grow a little bit more, but the Eren of season 2 was, I mean, it's this Eren right here, the one crying. Like, I don't exactly see how Eren of season 3 is any different from Eren of season 2. You know, what I want is to go halfway with edgy Eren and pathetic Eren. I see what you mean. I see what you mean, and honestly, I think that's what he is, because he's in a way, like, he does grow a little bit. He's a little bit more mature, quote unquote, but still he's fucking pathetic. He's a fucking idiot at the end of the day, and you can see it clear as day. But like I said, the whole point is that everyone grows but him, because he's a stubborn hothead and an idiot, and it's spelled out for you. So the fact that you say, like, hey, what I want is this version of Eren, 100%, that's personal preference. That's 100% personal preference. But I agree, like, the edgelord facade is a facade and people don't want to accept it. Yes, because edgelord Eren was kind of cool. Like, oh my god, he went from this whiny bitch to this cold, calculated murderer. No, I mean, that's the facade. That's the character betrayal of Eren, actually. Like, that's mask. At the end of the day, he's just a fucking idiot with a lot of power. That's what he is. And yes, the only thing that changed is his age. So yeah, I like I said, I 100% support you in you not liking Eren, and that you wanted something different. Like, just know that you can't say that Eren was poorly written, or that the story of Attack on Titan was just mid, because it's not. It's way more complicated, and it's your personal preference that you wanted something possibly more simple, or something a little bit more straightforward. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to say, I just don't like Attack on Titan, but you can't say Attack on Titan is a fucking horrible story because they didn't do this character the way I wanted him. I wanted to have him, That's what I mean. So again, I don't want edgy Eren. I think showing Eren being more mature and knowing that he to make an impossible decision and going through with it like an adult. Again, that's not necessarily Eren, though. That's what you want out of Eren, but that's not who Eren is, and that's stated through the entire. Eren became a kid again rather than an adult. He never became an adult, bro. That's the point that I'm trying to make. He never became an adult. That's the whole point of Eren. He says it right here. He says, "I'm a fucking idiot." Where is it? Yeah, okay, well, this video is not long enough, but he says it. I'm just an idiot. Like, you want Eren to be a character that he is not, and that's the problem. Like, Eren never became a kid again. He was always a kid, and it is very, very, very crystal clear. Doing things rationally does make Eren into adult. Not really, though, Like he was acting on childish impulses. Was he capable of manipulating and like act, like calm, collected, and as an adult, like you call him? Yes, but to achieve a childish goal. Like ultimately, his drive and motivation came from a place of childness and stubbornness. So he never grew up. He was always a child. He was able to like traverse the world and manipulate others to do his bidding and everything, but he never grew up. He never did, you know? Exactly. This is what I mean. Like he could act like an adult at times, but at his core, he was still pathetic. Yeah, 100%. 100 fucking percent. Like he was intelligent and smart enough to like get his way, but at the core, he was still just like trying to achieve his thing. I think the reason why I dislike it so much is because I saw a better version of this story in Dune. Well, that I haven't seen Dune, so I wouldn't be able to say like Dune is better or not. But this is, I mean, again, this is just personal preference. If Dune did it better, then great, But just make sure, again, just make sure that you're understanding this story, you know? Just make sure that you're understanding the point of Attack on Titan, and that you're not saying Dune is better because they give me the characters that I want. Because Aaron's and these characters are specific to this particular story. And even though this story could be comparable to like other stories like Watchmen and Code Geass, it's in its individual own right. So make sure that you're not saying Attack on Titan is trash because Dune made it better, because that is exactly the point. That point would be then, by that logic, I would be able to say the Beatles are better than Metallica, like they're both music, but objectively speaking, the Beatles suck at playing metal. So Metallica would be better. But Metallica kind of sucks at playing like classic rock. So the Beatles are better. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they're still within the same genre, but they have their own individual things. He spends the entire second book trying to maneuver his friends and family into a similar position as AOT. You see, that's the thing. I would say try to judge Attack on Titan on its own story, because already from what I'm seeing from your comments, Dune is a little bit, if not very different than Attack on Titan. And I think Dune might be a story where the point and the messages are different than this one. Here, the message is more general. It's a more story message where the characters are the conduits to that story. Where maybe in Dune, the whole point comes through the characters and not through the story. So I would say I wouldn't necessarily compare like this story sucks because this one is better. I know I just like to argue about this shit. No, yeah, and trust me, I'm super glad. I'm super glad that you're here and that you're making your points and everything. But just make sure that your argument has feet, that it's a better constructed argument than, oh, I don't like this story because that one is better. Like, judge this story for what this story is trying to represent and for what this story is. That's mostly what I'm saying. Like, don't besmirch a story because you found you found that this one gave you more of what you wanted. Like, judge this one on its own. But I basically agree with the Cliff Notes version of the ending. I need more. Did you even watch the ending? Like, did you actually watch the ending? Let me start with that. Have you watched or read the ending and actually like paid attention to it? You know, please let me know. Because if you tell me that you've just read the cliff notes and you actually left Attack on Titan on like season, okay, hell yeah, I read it too, and the anime improved it. Okay, yeah, I agree on that one. I 100% agree that the anime improved the ending. So good on you. All right, let's finish talk. Let's finish this guy who's been smelling his own farts for way too long.
Is a nightmare. But what did you guys think about Attack on Titan's ending? Would you change anything about it, or did you love it just the way that it was? Tell me in the comments below. And while you're down there, please, for me, like this video, subscribe to the page.
Dude. Okay, yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad we're over with that. One of the best changes was Armin dialogue with Eren. Yes, I 100% agree. I 100% agree. The frustration with original shitty ending, the final redeemed the shit out of this. Wait, what? What do you mean? Wait, hold on. Explain it a little bit. I'm not understanding this comment. I wouldn't listen to a thing you said, eyeliner, dude. I mean, again, my guy's eyeliner is on point. Like, I wish I had his skills to do my makeup as good as he does.
I don't do makeup. I don't usually wear makeup, but again, just saying, like
My guy knows how to. My guy knows how to like get himself pretty. You know, just saying. But anyways, I went on a 3-hour rant about the Attack on Titan ending. What a freaking legend. I've never done a stream this long. And I could go on for more, like, but I do have like work to do and everything. The original manga ending was trash. The edit to the final ending redeemed the whole series. Okay, okay, I see what you're saying. And I mean, the manga ending and the anime ending are the same, but yes, there were the anime did have a couple of changes to make it more clear and to, like, you know, shifting a couple of things to like drive the point better. So yes. So yes, I 100% agree that the anime ending cleared up a lot of the things. So honestly, Ivan, I'm sad that we don't get to see those characters anymore. They're amazing. I 100% agree. 100% agree. Yeah, now watch most. Dude, I already did. I was waiting for his review on it because I know that he loves this series a lot. So yeah. Hey, you're doing more of what I want to see in an anime channel. I like to see a discussion with you and others about the Attack on Titan ending. Absolutely. I mean, for the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a lot of Attack on Titan content on this channel because I've been waiting for years to talk about this series, which is my favorite of all time. And the only reason why is because I wanted the ending to happen. So we are on like same level and I can actually like talk freely. That's why I'm doing this. So yes, absolutely. I do want, I mean, like I said, I've been putting on Twitter, like, hey, if you want to come and debate me, please do so. Because I really want people to come and like debate. I would love for the eyeliner commander to come and like debate me, for him to make his points and for me to like tell him, like, dude, like, here's the thing. Get Jeremy, dude. Jeremy stopped watching Attack on Titan on season 3. Like he stopped. Like he's not there. I want to show you guys before I go. I want to show you something. Yeah, you with this, dude. I just like this guy had a like everything in his power to make a compelling video. He had a script. He probably had enough time to edit the video and everything. So he's on, like, he has the high ground. And I came in here like raw, no rubber, and just watch his points. And on the fly, I was just like boom, 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 boom. So I doubt that on a debate he would actually be able to stand a chance against me, because he had the time and preparation to do it. And I just came in like, hey, I've never seen this video. Let's watch it. And I watched it. And every point that he made, I was able to dismantle it immediately. So just say it. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I want to show you guys a couple of things that are coming my way. Didn't Jeremy quit it because the art style? Yeah. And that's why I have no respect for Jeremy, because he's like, I just don't like the art style anymore. Like, bitch, that is the absolutely most pathetic excuse to leave a series because the art style changed. Like, that is so fucking stupid. And I did tell him that, like, dude, you're retarded. You're so fucking retarded. Okay, let me show you a couple of things that have been that I'm waiting. I'm waiting for them to happen. You are about to get your mind blown off. I think, okay, wait, what? I think the reason why I think Eren should have been more mature is because I believe that bad experiences force you to grow up, and having to do genocide is one of the worst things. Again, that is just personal preference. You believe that people should act the way you want them to, right? Like, you want Eren to grow because you think that experiences make you grow up. But I'm pretty sure that you know people that go through some really bad shit and they don't grow up and they actually become worse. I mean, like, you want Eren to grow up, but sadly, that's not who Eren is. And if you don't like Eren because he's not the character that you want, that's just personal preference. But it still doesn't make Eren a bad character. It just means that you don't like that Eren is not the person that you want him to be. You know? Again, I am 100% all for people like telling me, I don't like this because I just, I find this to be like, it's not my personal preference. Like, you can have your personal preference. If you're going to say Eren is a bad character, like Eren is a bad character because I just don't like that he didn't grow up, that is not a good argument. That is just not a good argument. Okay, so yeah. Ooh, you guys are about to watch something really cool. Okay. Let me show you this, dude. You're about to like lose your fucking brain. I have throughout this year, I've bought a couple of figures to add to my collection, and I will do a video showing you my collection, which is pretty fucking big. And Attack on Titan is the anime that I've spent the most on merch and stuff. But I want to show you the figures that I have not received, and they are limited edition. But yeah, I want to show them to you. This is the first one. Eren as a child with like the little bird coming out from the scarf, or to have Eren with the knife. So you can like interchange whichever you want. Eren just with the knife or Eren with the little scarf turning into a bird. I think this is a fucking beautiful figure. Like, this is again like very metaphorical, because Eren at the end of the day, he was always just a fucking child, with his minimalistic view of freedom. So yeah, this is one of the first the figures that I got. Honestly, I fucking love it. I love this figure a lot. And I need to contact, because this thing was supposed to be released in June and I haven't received it. So I definitely need to reach out to them. What's the best way to support Attack on Titan? Is there a merch store that goes directly to them? I don't think so. I mean, just stuff from Crunchyroll or shit like that. Honestly, the best way to support Attack on Titan, and I mean this like in the most possible way, find out how you can send a letter to the author. Like, that's the best way. Find a way to send a letter through the author, like as a fan mail and stuff like that, and just like write arigato gozaimasu. Like try to write the kanji for arigato gozaimasu, like thank you so much, and just write in English, because he does read fan mail and everything. So after the backlash that he's received and everything, like, he doesn't need money. I assure you, he doesn't need money. But if you send the author, which I'm going to do, by the way, I'm going to find a way to like send him a letter, and I will send like, hey, thank you so much. Like, you wrote like my favorite anime of all time, and I just want to say like thank you. I'm sorry that other people are just shitty and don't understand it. I think the whole ending showed those anime original endings, bros, the truth about IPs that the fans will always think and consider about them much more. Yes, I agree. Not that they can contrive a better ending, but all that copium about alternative timelines was just a mental culture. Yes. I mean, not really. Eren did show Mikasa a possible ending if she had professed her love to him. But as he said, if we had run out like together, I would have lived only 4 years, and Paradise was going to be destroyed by Marley. So like literally, come on, So anyways, I'm thinking about buying a new Mikasa and Levi statue. Oh, dude, yes. Now look at this one. I got this one. Fucking Armin Colossal Titan. Look at this beauty right here. Isn't this like fucking amazing? Yeah, I got Armin as the Colossal Titan. Dude, I cannot wait. When is this supposed to release? March 2024. Okay. Dude, this Titan is like fucking good. Okay, now look at this one. I got freaking Annie, like mid transformation to the female Titan. This is how it looks. Look at that beauty. I mean, if you can, look at the detail on the clothing, because these are hand painted, by the way. Like this is not $79, by the way. This is $239. Like these are not cheap. This is $197 and this is $90. But the biggest figure, like for me, Isayama got someone deserved hate for original manga ending, because I personally thought he was a pompous jackass for living up to interpretation, but he redeemed himself well. I think you're a fucking asshole. That's what I think. Gibeon, or whatever your name is, I think you're a fucking asshole. And I do not regret saying that. And I'll say it again so you can hear me well. You're a fucking asshole. Because no author deserves hate. The fact that you think that a author for making a story deserves to be mailed with hate and death threats and shit, it's the most like pathetic fucking excuse for a comment that I've ever seen. No author deserves hate, and I will say it. No fucking author. Like, for example, even goddamn stupid ass, like, let's say I said somewhat, dude, still, he doesn't deserve it. Period. He doesn't somewhat deserve it. No. If he doesn't write the story that you want, that's your fucking problem. But you don't mess with them. It's like actors. Like, for example, I personally don't like uh the interpretation of certain people. Like, I don't like those characters and I think it's disgusting. I am not going to go and tweet, "Oh, Adam Driver, fuck you for being Kylo Ren. Adam Driver, you deserve to die for Kylo Ren." Dude, it is his fucking job. He played a character. That's it. I don't like the character, and I'll say Kylo Ren is a piece of shit. But it's Kylo Ren, the character, the fictional character. But I'm not going to like go and insult. So I am going to say, Gibeon, if you're ever an author or if you ever make something in your fucking life and you get hate for it, I'm pretty sure you're going to be like, "Oh, dude, like that was kind of harsh." Like, no, like, no. So, like, fucking shut up, because no author deserves any sort of fucking hate. No author. If the author himself starts doing like crazy ass shit personally as the person, then yeah, go for it. Like, for example, the author of Rurouni Kenshin. The author of Rurouni Kenshin has done some really, like, he's done some weird shit, okay? With, like, he was caught with, CP. So I can say, like, hey, he's a fucking disgusting asshole, Like, that's a personal thing he did. I still love Rurouni Kenshin, but I'll say, like, the author, like, come on, man, like, you don't do that. So here, Isayama, he made a fucking story. He made a fictional world that doesn't exist. Like, this world doesn't exist. So there is no fucking way you're going to come and say, "Oh yeah, he somewhat deserved the hate he got because he made a fictional world." Isayama gave his fucking heart to make this story. Whether you like it or not, good. Take it to the story. Criticize the story. But don't fucking say, like, "Oh yeah, he somewhat deserved the hate." No, he fucking didn't. Even if he had written a very shitty ass story, still he didn't deserve the hate. No author deserves the hate for just the story they create. Judge the art. So don't be a fucking asshole. Because yes, right now, like, I'm being 100% serious right now. I'm not trying to like be comedic. I'm not trying to be like just loud for the sake of being loud or anything. I'm not trying to like make a joke, even though I make a lot of jokes like throughout the entire stream and everything. I'm taking this very seriously. Do not be that fucking asshole ever again. And I hope I made my point clear. Like, yeah, for example, right now, Ivan doesn't like Ryan Johnson. I don't like Ryan Johnson. I think he's egotistical. But I can assure you, go back to my Twitter, you will never find one fucking insult towards Ryan Johnson. I've never, ever, ever sent any sort of hate or anything. I criticize his work a lot. And whenever he talks about Star Wars, I'm like, dude, that's fucking stupid. But I will never send him a letter saying, like, you should die because you wrote a very bad Star Wars movie. Because I'm a human being with empathy and a little bit more maturity than that. I'm not a fucking kid, so stop being one. God fucking damn it. I honestly, like, you want to talk about hate? Okay, hate is a strong word. Then fucking learn how to like really measure what you say or not on the internet. Because I don't give a shit that you are like behind your keyboard thinking that you're safe and everything. You say that in front of me, I would take it personally. I would grab you by the shirt and say that fucking shit again. Because guess what? I'm an artist myself. I edit movies for a living. Do you think it's nice to get like a you should fucking die because you made this movie? Dude, that was just my job. Like, yeah, reading comments online like, "Oh, this author like or this editor needs to like kill himself because I didn't like this movie." Like, fucking retarded ass comment. God fucking damn it. Like, legit, I 100% fucking despise those type of comment and those type of people. I'm fucking ashamed that you're watching this channel right now. And I hope that you like understand what I'm trying to say to become a somewhat better fucking human being. God damn it. Fucking stupid. I swear. And yes, I'm saying this to you, Gibbing. I'm saying this to you. So there's no mistake that I'm just making like a general comment, that I'm just like, hey, you know, I'm just trying to be like, oh, this goes like in general. No, I'm directing this at fucking you. God fucking damn it, piece of shit. Yeah, I called you a piece of shit. Do something about it. And I would say it to your face. May somewhat deserves the hate. You somewhat deserve a fucking punch in the face for that stupid ass comment. Anyways, with that said, last figure. Wow, what a fucking transition, right? What a fucking transition. Anyways, with that said, that was my TED talk. You know, that was my fucking TED talk for the night. Last figure. Speaking of immature pieces of shit like Yibin, Aaron. There you go. Look at this figure though. Like legit, this is like I think the best figure I've ever bought. And I'm so lucky I actually got to it. How much was it? Oh, 355. Dude, this was expensive. This was legit expensive. But yeah, it's the part where Aaron like rips the arm from the Jaw Titan, and you can see like on his hand he has the Warhammer Titan, like the crystal. But yeah, look at that. It's fucking dope, isn't it? And it's got like the name. Ivan likes Ivan likes sexy abs. Hell fucking yeah. I mean, look at them abs though. Look at that, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 14 pack, man. Look at that 14 pack. I'm not gay. But if I was gay and he had a dick, I would suck it. Just say it. God damn. Look at that. Oh, I cannot wait. When is this supposed to release? Oh, Q4 of 2022. Oh, it's supposed to release like soon. God, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Gay. Your mom's gay. Shut up. That was a joke, just in case you didn't know. That was a joke. Anyways, dude, this was the best stream I've ever done. I do not care what people say. This is soon as in a year. Dude, you're absolutely fucking right. Dude, you're absolutely right. Dude, I need to contact this fucking company like today. Dude, yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely fucking correct. I need to contact this company like today because that shit was supposed to like already been delivered. What the fuck? Dude, thank you for pointing that out. Telling you. What would I do without you guys? What would I do? Literally, what would I do without you guys? Aside from the fact that I get sometimes incredibly fucking pissed. Yeah, well, what would I do? What would I do? Okay, so that's one. Okay, cool. You still do fake karate? It's not fake karate. It's not fake karate, man. It's not fake karate. Can't tell me. Can't tell me that it's fake karate. Come on. Oh yeah.
That was here. That's why.
Okay. Ivan, you must slap your boss and get him to complete AOT.
Jeremy's not my boss. He can suck a dick if he thinks he is. No, but he does need to complete AOT though. He definitely does. Like he literally does. But he's not going to because the art style is not like what he wanted. B. Anyways, with that said, guys, thank you for being part of the best stream I've ever done. What a fucking wild ride, wasn't it? What a wild ride of a stream. God damn. All right. Take care, guys. Bye.